Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Today, we are going to be bringing you the third game of the Japan series between the Tokyo Yakult Swallows and the Orix Buffaloes. This game is going to be played from the Kyocera Dome in Osaka, Japan. It is the third game of the series, and the Swallows won the opener 5-3. And then the second game of the series at the Jinju Stadium ended in a 3-all draw after 12 innings. And that is where we stand going into game 3 tonight. So a 1-0 series advantage for the Tokyo Yakult Swallows over the Orix Buffaloes. Both teams have been introduced. And they are on the lines and they're ready for the national anthem. But we are going to give you the starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Tokyo, leading off and playing second base is number 1, Tetsudo Yamada. Hitting second in right field is number 39, Takeshi Miyamoto. Batting third in center field is number 9, Yasutaka Shiomi. And the cleanup spot and playing third base is number 55, Munetaka Murakami. Hitting fifth and playing first base is number 13, Jose Osuna. Batting sixth and doing the catching is number 27, Yuhei Nakamura. Hitting seventh and doing the designated hitting is number 25, Domingo Santana. Batting eighth and in left field is number 2, Patrick Kivlahan. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is number 58, Hideki Nagioka. They're going to be facing Hiroya Miyagi, who takes to the hill with an 11-8 regular season record. He worked 148 and a third innings. He allowed 137 hits, 57 runs, 52 of which were earned. He walked 30 and struck out 127 to an ERA of 3.16. Well, that's the starting lineup for the visitors from Tokyo. Now the starting lineup for the home team and winners of the Pacific League, the Orix Buffaloes. Leading off and playing in center field is number 1, Shuhei Fukuda. Batting second and at second base is number 3, Ryo Adachi. Hitting third in left field is number 7, Masataka Yoshida. Hitting in the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 44, Yuma Tongu. Batting fifth at third base is number 6, Yuma Mune. Hitting seventh in right field is number 67, Kai Nakagawa. Batting seventh and doing the designated hitting is Yataro Sugimoto. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is Tori Fushimi. And batting ninth, the shortstop is Kataro Kobayashi. And they're going to be facing Kaiji Takahashi, who takes to the hill with an 8-2 record. He's worked 102 and 2/3 innings in the regular season. Allowed 75 hits, 32 runs, all but 2 were earned. He walked 37 and struck out 113, and he's got an ERA of 2.63. Well, those are your starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Our first pitch is just moments away. Stay tuned with us, everybody. We're excited to bring you Game 3 of the Japan series. It's going to get going in just a couple moments. They're out to exchange lineup cards, and we'll be getting everything rolling in just a few. Welcome back, everybody, and we appreciate you guys for being here. We got Redbeard Breaks checking in here this morning, and everybody else who will be listening in with us. We appreciate you guys for being here. The photographs and the pageantry is still going on as both managers have exchanged lineup cards, and they're getting their photos taken with the officiating crew for tonight's ball game. As this one here is about ready to get themselves underway. The crowd is a much more healthier crowd than what we witnessed in the Climax series, as it looks like it is a full house. The Swallows are going to be wearing their navy blue tops with the lime green trim, and it is going to be the Orix Buffaloes who will be wearing their white jerseys, the home tops, with, of course, the dark trim to go with it. So those are the two teams that are ready to face off to one another. We're going to be back in another 45 seconds as the Buffaloes have given themselves their high fives and they're about ready to take the field. We'll be back in just a moment with all the calls. Welcome back, everybody. It is still more pageantry going on, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a bottom of the hour start. We're at now 2:33 Pacific time, and they are still yet to take the field. They are going through their pomp and circumstance still, as Miyagi is throwing in front of the dugout, ready to take to the hill. So hang tight with us. We'll be right back in just a moment as they are now taking the field, but we'll give you all the calls when we return. Once again, Buffaloes and Swallows ready to go. Our friend Redbeard asked the question, any predictions here tonight? I think the momentum is on the side of the Buffaloes, and I think they're going to even the series at ones. But that's why they play the game, and we'll be finding out here shortly if that is going to be the case. The Buffaloes are taken to the field. We'll be back in just a couple moments as we have all the action for you after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is just about ready to get this one underway. They still are going through some of the first pitch pageantry as the young Orix Buffaloes are out there to throw out the first pitch. And the youngster is ready to get this one ready, as they do in all cases. Tetsuya Yamada of the Swallows steps up to the plate, and the battery of two young players from Osaka fire in the first pitch. And now that is all completed, and they'll allow Miyagi to take to the hill as we're about ready to get this one underway. We're excited to make the call on this one. We weren't able to do game one, game two, a little bit under the weather. We had ourselves a headache, I have to say, in the middle of the night, and wasn't going to survive the whole ball game, let alone the first little bit of the ball game. So we made a last-minute ditch effort and tapped ourselves out. But today we are going to be making the call, so we're happy that you guys could drop in and check in with us. As I mentioned before, it was the pathway for the Buffaloes to make it to the Japan series. They ended up winning the division just based on percentage points, or the Pacific League. And then it was Fukuoka and the Saitama Sibu Lions had to go head-to-head to face off to determine a winner, and the winner was Fukuoka. They got the right to play the Buffaloes. The Buffaloes were able to dispose of them, earning them the right to be able to play in the Japan series. Over on the other side of the ledger, the Tokyo Yakult Swallows were also the league winners in the Central League. And they had to go through first it was the Hanshin Tigers and the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars played in the first round, and the Tigers knocked off the Bay Stars, and then it was, of course, the Swallows knocking off the Tigers to earn their berth as the Central League champions. So Miyagi has completed his warm-up tosses, and we are now ready to get this one underway, as it is going to be Tetsuya Yamada stepping in to get things going here for the Swallows in the top of the first inning. For Yamada, he's looking for his first hit of the NPB series and the Japan series as well. He is 0 for 9 to begin the year, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. 0 for 9 in the Japan series so far, looking for his first hit. Yamada in the leadoff spot tonight takes a breaking ball down, and the count is now even at 1-1. So we are underway in Osaka. Lefty Miyagi holding at the belt, and now he kicks, and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is taken on one hop by the third baseman, Mune. He fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire Yamada on a ground out. 5-3 for the first out of the inning, so 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up Takeshi Miyamoto. Well, for Miyamoto on the series, he is 2 for 3. Gets the start in right field tonight. And I've got a chance to see the Swallows a few times this year, but the Swallows we're not as familiar with as we are the Buffaloes, as we call a lot of games in the Pacific League. And here comes the offering from the lefty, who delivers a breaking ball down and away. And the count is 1-0. Our friend Stan the Man T is in the house. He says, who do you think is going to win this game? I think the Buffaloes even the series tonight with a victory here. And there's a fastball taken on the inside corner for a called strike. And the count is 1-1 to Miyamoto. And it was interesting that he got the call there as the pitch was on the inside corner, but the catcher, Fushimi, had sent up outside. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. Now Miyamoto is in the hole at 0-2. Miyamoto, a left-handed stick facing the lefty Miyagi here in the top of the first inning. And here comes the pitch. And it is a fastball swung on. It is chopped softly over to third. Mune fields it on the run. He flips it neatly over to first, and that is going to retire Miyamoto. So 2 up and 2 ground balls to the third baseman, Mune. Have retired the Swallows' first 2 hitters. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Yasutaka Shiomi. Well, for Shiomi on the series, he is on fire. He is 5 for 9. As he is had himself a fine regular season as well, where he hit over 270. And here's the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and away from ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He also has himself a home run and RBI in the series. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away right at home plate. And the count is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Shiomi. It's a lefty versus righty matchup. As Miyagi kicks, and now he delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike right under the hands. And the count is now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now the 1-2 offering from Miyagi is on the way. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Shiomi goes down swinging on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Swallows in their half of the first. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through 1/2 inning. It is the Swallows, no score. The Buffaloes coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call on the bottom of the first inning when we return right after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back with all the calls. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order coming to bat for the Buffaloes in the bottom half of the first inning. That means Shuhei Fukuda, Ryo Adachi, and Masataka Yoshida, the 1, 2, 3 hitters in the Buffalo batting order to get things going. And the lefty is going to complete his warm-up tosses as Takahashi is ready to go back to work. Battle of 2 lefties here tonight. Takahashi on his side of the ledger was 8-2 for the Swallows. He had himself a 2.63 ERA during the regular season. He had worked over 100 innings. Probably the knock that I would have on him is that he walks a few too many batters. He is walked 37 in his 102 innings. That is just a little bit on the high side for me. But he is basically 1 walk for every, I'd say, 2.5 innings. That is where he stands here. And so Fukuda, the left-handed stick, ready to go to work. He's looking for his first hit here. Here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball taken down and in for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Mick is in the house here. We appreciate you for being here. 1 ball and no strikes. Fukuda on the series is 0 for 5. Looking for his first hit as he takes the fastball over for a called strike, and the count is now a 1-1. So we got 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Jimmy Redbeard is giving us some props today. He turned, 34 years old yesterday. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As the lefty Fukuda waiting here on the offering from Takahashi, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. This is my first look at Takahashi. As we said, we don't always watch games or look at games from the Central League. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is to the leadoff hitter Fukuda as the lefty holds at the belt. And now he rocks into the motion and delivers. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that comes in at the knees for a called strike. The count is now 3-2. That last pitch was at 92 miles an hour. So the lefty gets his sign from his catcher, Nakamura, and he works in a pseudo-set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses way outside. And just as I alluded to begin the ball game, there is a leadoff walk to Fukuda. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Ryo Adachi. As I mentioned before, walks could pose to be an issue for Takahashi, and he does issue his fair share of free passes. So Fukuda is aboard. Adachi steps to the plate. We're going to see how the Buffaloes are going to play this one out, to see if they're going to do a little bit of small ball here to put him into scoring position, as Masataka Yoshida is waiting his turn on deck. So here comes the first offering to the right-handed hitting Adachi, but instead a throw over to first base and getting back easily in time is the base runner Fukuda. Fukuda is a threat to run. He can run a little bit. As here comes the offering here to Adachi as he waggles the bat. He shows no intention to bunt here at all. And now he does square, and the ball is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. As we said about Fukuda, 9 stolen bases on the season. His career high was back in the 2019 season. He stole 30. But he is well off the pace. He had 16 attempts where he swiped 9 this year. So 1 ball and no strikes to Adachi. And we would think that with the lefty on the mound, they're going to try to nickel and dime him over to second base. Again, Adachi waggling the bat. His hands are extended. He squares the bunt, and he gets it down, but it's foul. It goes all the way to the backstop, and the count now is 1-1 on Adachi. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Adachi 2 for 4 in the series, as he is getting the nod at second base tonight. Lefty versus the righty, as Takahashi works to the belt. As he gets the sign from his catcher, and now he's ready to go into the motion and delivers. Again, Adachi squares. This time he gets it down. It's a good one. It's fielded by Takahashi. He throws the first over to Yamada covering. It's going to go down as a sacrifice, a 1-4. As Adachi is going to be retired for the first out. Fukuda advances over to second. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida. Well, for Yoshida on this series, he is 1 for 6. He had a base hit in his last game. He also had 3 base on balls. As the crowd in Osaka is in full form. I say that was actually in the first game that he had was 1 for 2, and then he was 0 for 4 in the second ball game. So 1 for 6 and he's got 5 walks in the series so far. And there's a first pitch fastball swung on. It is lifted into straightaway center field. Lots of room. Camping out underneath it is the center fielder, Shiomi. He makes the catch, tagging at second and heading to third is Fukuda, and he's going to slide in there safely with a head-first slide. A very, very gutsy move by the center fielder. That ball was not, in my opinion, deep enough. He ended up tagging up, challenging the arm of the center fielder, Shiomi. That definitely exposed the center fielder's arm there, as he had a good shot to try to be able to get him. That is going to go down as a flyout to center field, but it's going to advance that runner Fukuda to third. With 2 out here in the first inning, it's going to bring up the first baseman, Yamatongu. So the Buffaloes are looking for momentum, even if the throw, first of all, the throw was offline. It was to the infield side of third base. And even if it was online, it would not have been in time to get the speed of Fukuda. So Yamatongu steps to the plate. He is 1 for 2 in the Japan series. And the first pitch is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Tongu getting the nod today at first base. Batting from the right side against the left-handed throwing Takahashi. Tongu appeared in 81 ball games for the Buffaloes this year. 226. With that open stance, he waggles the bat, waiting here on the lefty's delivery. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. Tongu does have some juice in the bat. He had 11 homers on the year with 34 runs batted in. The 25-year-old will turn 26 in a couple of weeks. He was originally the 2nd overall draft pick in the 2018 draft, as he went to Asia University. Our friend Redbeard Brinks asked the question, what's your prediction on the World Series? As there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. Well, before it started, I had the Astros and the Braves. Those were my lock picks. So I'm going to be staying with the Astros. I would have never picked the Phillies to get there. So that's where we stand right now. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Tongu. The lefty Takahashi holds at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that is tapped foul over on the third base side. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tongu. A full house at the Kyocera Dome tonight in Osaka. As we said, a much better crowd to witness this than what we were watching during the Climax series, as there were a lot of empty seats in the upper deck. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tongu as the lefty Takahashi ready to deliver again. Here comes pitch number 15 of the inning. As he holds set to the belt, he checks the runner and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down in the way, and the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Tongu. We get a panning view of the crowd in Osaka, and the masks are still in effect. Everybody except for those who were playing in the game or associated with the game. Most people are still wearing their masks at this point. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit foul down the third base line. If the runner Fukuda had to hopscotch out of the way to avoid getting hit with that one in foul territory, as the batter was able to just turn on that one, but that's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Tongu. So Tongu resets himself in the batter's box. He's ready to get the offering here from the lefty Takahashi. As Takahashi checks that runner over at third base, he holds set to the belt. And here comes the full count offering. The pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Tongu is retired on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it. Well, the Buffaloes, they threaten. They strand a leadoff walk at third base, but they do not score. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We are now through 1 complete. It is the Buffaloes no score, the Swallows no score. Stick around. We'll be back with the top of the 2nd We return after this. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the batting order. That's the heart of the batting order coming up for the Swallows. Takamura, Kami, Jose Osuna, and Yuhei Nakamura. Coming to bat, the big star for the Swallows, Murakami, is 2 for 9 in the series. Of course, he was the home run leader in the Central League and all of the NPB this year. He had ended with 56 on the year. So he is ready to face the lefty Miyagi. Miyagi has completed his warm-up tosses. So Murakami, Osuna, and Nakamura here in the top of the second inning. The crowd is in full force tonight. Well, if the series is tied, it's the first team to win 4 games in the series. The first game, of course, went to the Swallows. The second game ended in a 3-3 tie. If this game is tied after 9 innings, they will go to 12. If it's at 12 innings and it is still tied, then that is where they will stop the ball game until they get to, I believe it's game 7 of the series. When it gets to game 7, then they can go the extra innings. There's a first pitch fastball that is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. In the event that the series is tied at 3 wins apiece after these 7 games, they will play an 8th game in the series to determine a winner. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. I believe it's only one time in the history that has happened. I have to go back and look at my Japanese baseball history, but I want to say it was the Hiroshima Toyo Carp were involved in that victory. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded back to the pitcher. Miyagi struggles with it. He now knocks it down, fields it, picks it back up, throws to Tongu at first. That's going to retire Murakami on a ground out 1-3. And he is gone for the first out of the inning, and that will bring up the first baseman, Jose Osuna. That sawed the bat off of Murakami right in his hands. He was just left with the sliver kind of right on the fists. Kind of a gutsy pitch there by the pitcher Miyagi to come in with a 0-2 count. He was able to come right up under the hands of the big slugger Murakami, and he is retired for the first out. Well, that brings up Jose Osuna to the plate. The former Pittsburgh Pirate is on a roll. Takes a first pitch fastball upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. He is 6 for 9 in the series as the former Pirate. He is on an absolute roll. And the pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. He does have himself 3 RBIs and a home run to go with it. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the lefty works to the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded down the left field line. It's fair. It's into the corner. Racing over to pick it up is the left fielder. That's Yoshida, and he fires it in. And standing on second base is Jose Osuna, as he's got himself a 1-out double. That's his 7th hit of the series. This is the stuff that legends are made of. And Osuna is on an absolute tear right now at the right time for the Tokyo Yakult Swallows. Well, that's going to bring up the catcher, Yuhei Nakamura. With the runner at second and 1 gone, Nakamura is 2 for 10 on the series. It was a good job by Osuna to be able to stay inside the ball, and it just hugged the line down the left field line. Third base umpire was right there to make the call. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that just misses inside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. As we said, Nakamura 2 for 10 on the series. Looking to get something going. It's Domingo Santana, waits his turn on deck. So here comes the 1-0 offering as the lefty Miyagi kicks and fires. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Nakamura. I would have to say that, in my opinion, the advantage with the designated hitter normally would probably play in the favor of the Buffaloes. There was a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. But I have to say the depth of the hitters in the Swallows lineup, in my opinion, the needle might point to more toward the Swallows than it would be to that of the Buffaloes. They're able to take Domingo Santana and put him as the DH and put the extra fielder into the field. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as they deliver a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nakamura. The lefty Miyagi checks that runner over at second base as soon as he gets his lead. As he holds set to the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nakamura to be followed by Santana, and then Patrick Kivlahan, who's getting his first start of the series, is in the hole. So here's the 3-2 offering to Nakamura. Miyagi holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled off the hitter right at home plate, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. In the first inning, Miyagi only threw 11 pitches to retire the Swallows in order. He's having to work a little bit harder here in this inning. So here comes the 3-2 offering yet again to Nakamura. As Miyagi checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Nakamura for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Domingo Santana. Well, Santana is definitely a dangerous hitter. He had himself a fine season this year for the Swallows, the former Astro, Brewer, Mariner, and Cleveland Indian. 275, he had himself 15 homers and 35 RBIs. He was limited to only 60 games. So he was on pace to do more damage than what he did last year. And the first pitch to him is a fastball that misses outside for ball one, and the count is quickly 1-0. It is 3:02 a.m. Pacific time, or 6:02 Eastern if you're listening in North America. And if you're checking in on delay, we appreciate you guys for doing so. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Domingo Santana. We will bring you games 4 and 5 of the series as well, as we're going to be back on again tomorrow. So hopefully you can check us out live if you got nothing else going on, and we'll follow suit the day after as well on Wednesday and Thursday mornings. There's a breaking ball that drops in slowly for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. It was funny as Santana watched the pitch. I think he actually turned around and exited the batter's box before it even got to home plate. He wanted nothing of that breaking ball of 61 miles an hour. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is, as Miyagi works to the set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count is now 2-2. So Santana getting a steady diet of off-speed pitches. That last pitch there He waved that and missed as it just would have caught the outside corner anyway. So Miyagi now gets the sign from his catcher, Tori Fushimi. He holds set to the belt. He checks the runner Osuna and now delivers. It's a breaking ball down in the dirt. And Santana waves at it for out number 3. And that is going to do it here for the Swallows in their half of the second inning. Well, they get a runner to scoring position on the one-out double by Jose Ozuna. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 1.5. It is the Swallows no score, the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the second inning when we return. Appreciate you guys for listening in on this very early North American morning. Right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the second inning, and we're going to have Yumamune, Kai Nakagawa, and Kataro Sugimoto coming to bat to face the lefty Keiji Takahashi. It was a first inning where Takahashi had issued a leadoff walk to Shuhei Fukuda. They moved him all the way around to third. They weren't able to cash him in, or the Buffaloes, and we are locked up at zeros here as we go to the bottom of the second inning. So Mune, Nakagawa, and Sugimoto to get things going. It is a little bit more noticeable. You can see in the Japan series, just a little bit longer on the in-between innings. And normally during the regular season, it is about 60 seconds, and they are moving quick, but not so much here in this one. Well, Yumamune steps to the plate. He is 2 for 11 on the series. Had a couple of very nice plays to begin the ball game defensively for the Orix Buffaloes, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Mune had himself a breakout year last year in the NPB, got a chance to play more regularly than any other season in his career. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1 strike. When he began his career with the Buffaloes back in 2016, as the lefty delivers, it's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. But last year, he had himself 139 games played. He spent most of his time at third base. However, he did get some action in the outfield. He followed up the strong campaign where he hit 9 homers last year with 5 this year. Drove in 42 runs last year, 43 this year. There was a breaking ball waved out and missed, and Mune is gone on strikes for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the right fielder Kai Nakagawa. Just to finish off on Mune, back-to-back seasons of 270-plus batting average. He is holding down the hot corner. He is the 26-year-old for the Buffaloes. He's going to be around for a while. Well, that brings Kai Nakagawa to the plate. He's 3 for 11 in the Japan series, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Nakagawa not in the familiar 3-hole that we've witnessed him in during the year. They've dropped him down in the batting order in this series so far. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-2. The one thing I will say about the Japanese managers, they're not afraid to shuffle the deck on the lineup if they don't feel that the players are swinging very well. See a little bit of a difference that you see in North America. The North American lineups are, generally speaking, the managers will have their guys locked in where they want. There's a fastball swung on. It's broken the bat of the hitter Nakagawa. It's grounded up the middle to the second baseman Yamada, who fields it and throws to first. That's going to retire Nakagawa for the second out of the inning. It goes as a ground out, 4-3. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Yutaro Sugimoto. Well, Sugimoto steps to the plate. He's 2 for 8 in the series. Speaking of players who are down in the batting order, last year he spent a lot of time hitting in behind Masataka Yoshida. As the big fella waits on the first offering, it's a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Curious to see how both of these pitchers will go through the batting order the second time through, as a breaking ball drops in for a called strike. The count is 1-1. And what the life expectancy of these guys on the mound will be. Are they going to go to the bullpens a little earlier? There's a breaking ball that misses off the outside corner. The count is 2-1 to Sugimoto. Sugimoto enjoyed himself a better second half of the season. He had a stronger finish. Best year of his career was in the 2021 season last year. He had over 300 and he hit 32 homers. This year, his production wasn't half. He only hit 15 homers and drove in 51 runs, but only appeared in 105 games. As here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. The count is now 2-2 to Sugimoto. Sugimoto waiting here on the offering from the lefty Takahashi, who works set to the belt. And now he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball, and that is taken for a ball. Boy, Takahashi was exiting stage right. He thought that was going to be a called third strike. Pitch looked pretty good from our angle, but he did not get the call. It's a little bit of home cooking there for the Orix Buffalo right-handed hitter. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Sugimoto, as the lefty has to go back to it again. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 3-2. 30 pitches so far for the Tokyo lefty. And here comes the 3-2 offering, as the right-handed hitting Sugimoto waits as Takahashi delivers. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses inside for ball 4, and that is going to walk Sugimoto with 2 gone here. And you could tell that the lefty did not like that call, either that one or the one that brought him to the 3-2 pitch. So what you do see is you see the body language of the players in the Japanese league speak 1,000 words. And right there, that spoke volumes. So Sugimoto is the runner at first base. It brings Tori Fushimi to the plate. Fushimi is 1 for 6 in the Japan series. He bats from the right side, waiting on the offering from the lefty Takahashi. As he holds set to the belt, he checks the runner Sugimoto at first. And he throws over to first, and diving back in time as the runner. I don't know if I would consider Sugimoto a great threat to run. He did have on the season 4 stolen bases, but he was caught 4 times. The big fella weighs in at almost 230 pounds. He stands just shy of 6'2". And here's the offering from the lefty Takahashi. It's the fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Fushimi. Tori Fushimi getting the start behind the plate. It's a bit of an eyebrow raiser for me. He was only a starter, or only played in 76 games this year. 229 on the season. There's a fastball swung on. It's fouled right off the catcher, Nakamura, and the count is now 0-2 to Fushimi. Not a lot of power in the stick of the right-handed hitting catcher. He's got had 3 homers on the year and 21 runs batted in. So the lefty, Takahashi, checks that runner over at first. He's ready to go again. He gets the sign from the catcher, Nakamura. He works set to the belt, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over the first base dugout. We're going to do this 0-2 pitch all over again. Hits have been at the premium in the first 2 games of the series for the Buffaloes. And when they have had them, it's been able to have them be strung together is the important part. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side, and the count remains at 1-2 to Fushimi. So no balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to be back again tomorrow night, or tomorrow morning, I guess, if you're in North America, and then we will follow suit on Thursday morning as well for games 4 and 5 of the series. So here's the offering from Takahashi. Delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. A nice stop by the catcher Nakamura to block it and keep it in front. It's going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lots of breaking stuff here tonight from the lefty Takahashi. His fastball does have some giddy up on it. We saw him clocked in at 92, 93 miles an hour, but he really relies on the off-speed stuff. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Fushimi. As he works to the belt, he checks the runner over at first. Now he throws over to first, and diving back again in time is the runner Sugimoto. Crowd is in good form in Osaka. They're cheering on their Buffaloes in this one. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty works to the belt. He checks that runner and kicks and delivers. It's a changeup swung on and missed. And Fushimi is retired on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the 2nd inning. They go quietly once again. There were no runs, no hits, no errors. There was a runner left aboard. We're now through 2 complete innings. That is the Swallows no score and the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the top of the 3rd inning when we return. Appreciate you guys for listening in tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this one. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Swallows in the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be Patrick Kivlahan, Hideki Nagioka, and the top of the order, Tetsuda Yamada, to face the lefty from the Orix Buffaloes in Hiroya Miyagi. So the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here to come to bat on a very early North American morning, and we appreciate you guys for popping in here with us. If you're getting ready to go to work, it is a 0-0 scoreline. As the Swallows are ready to come to bat for their half here in the 3rd inning. It is Kivlahan, who gets his first start, he's 0 for 1 in the series. He gets the start in left field tonight. The right-handed hitting American steps in here, ready to face the offering from the lefty Miyagi. As he waggles the bat, here comes the first offering. Miyagi kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0. Kivlahan was a late addition to the Swallows, as he was not with them for the entire campaign. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. He only played in 29 games during the regular season at the NPB level. He hit .241. They had 6 homers to go with 14 RBIs. As the 1-1 is on the way, it is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. He spent time with the Padres, the D-backs, and the Reds organization. He was a product of Rutgers University. As here comes the offering. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. He definitely provides a veteran presence. He would be 33 years old in the month of December after the season is completed. And here's the offering from the lefty. It's a slow breaking ball delivered. It's popped up behind home plate. Racing back is the catcher, Fushimi, and he's going to make the catch right in front of the screen, and that is going to retire Kivlahan, as he is going to be gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It was a really slow breaking ball, and he just sort of flung the bat out on it. Fushimi was able to use all of the real estate that the Kisara Dome provided, as he was able to make the grab just in front of the screen for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Hideki Nagioka. And the first pitch from the lefty Miyagi is swung on. It's grounded on 1 hop over to the shortstop, Kirbiashi, who throws to first base, and that is going to retire Nagioka on a ground out, 6-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Tetsuda Yamada. Well, for Yamada, he is 0 for 1. He grounded out to third base his first time up. He is 0 for 10 on the series. The star second baseman for the Swallows is looking for his first hit of the Japan series, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Was the 36th pitch offered so far by Miyagi, and this one, as the lefty delivers, that is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Yamada. Left-hander against the right-hander. Miyagi kicks and delivers. That's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and it's now 3-0. Only 1 base runner allowed so far by Miyagi, and it was the double by Osuna back in the second inning. And he is in jeopardy of walking Yamada on 4 straight. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. Tetsuya Yamada, of course, a very important part of the lineup for the Swallows. As the pitch is delivered, a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 3-2. Yamada is just turned 30 years old earlier this year. He was locked up to a long-term contract that'll keep him in Japan. There's a fastball swung on. It's on the hands. Taken on 1 hop by the second baseman. They throw to first. They say it's not in time. Yamada got down the line to beat it out. A great play by the first baseman, Tongu, to pick the ball out of the dirt. We're going to have to wait to see if they're going to want to take a look at this. Are the Buffaloes. That will go down as an infield single. That was caught it off the end of the bat. It was taken on 1 hop as the second baseman had to move to his right. Adachi fielded it and fired over to first. But we get the replay on it. I could say that there's probably not going to be a review on that one. But that's going to be an infield single for Yamada, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Miyamoto. So that's one way to break the ice for Yamada. Not exactly a blistering line drive. The first pitch to Miyamoto is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Miyamoto on the series is 2 for 4. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He got the nod in right field. So no balls and 1 strike. Here comes the offering from the lefty, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. Count is 1-1. I have to say the umpire over the last couple innings here, we've been Watching a little bit of this, and it's been a little bit of a struggle. Some of those pitches have looked way too good for both sides. Here comes the 1-1. It's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 1-2 on Miyamoto. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Should Miyamoto find his way on base, it is Yasutaka Shiomi who waits his turn on deck. They don't know if they really want to face him. He's one of the hotter hitters in the Swallows batting order. And so here comes the offering from Miyagi, who holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away. The count's now 2-2. That was another one of those pitches that was just a little too close to take. So I guess if you could say the home plate umpire is squeezing the Swallows pitcher Takahashi, you could say he's doing the same for the Buffaloes pitcher Miyagi. So they're getting equal treatment. And now here comes the 2-2 offering to Miyamoto as he works to the set. And he throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Yamada. Yamada, he used to be able to run a little bit more. He doesn't run as well as he used to. He had 10 stolen bases on the year. There's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Miyamoto goes down on strikes for out number 3, and that will do it here in the 3rd inning for the Swallows. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 2.5. It is the Swallows nothing and the Buffaloes nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 3rd inning when we return. NPB Japan series after this. Appreciate you guys for checking us out and being with us tonight. So here's some cheerleaders for you to keep you in the loop. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order to come to bat for the Orix Buffaloes in their half of the 3rd inning. It'll be Kotaro Kobayashi, Shuhei Fukuda, and Ryo Adachi to get things going here for the Buffaloes in their half of the 3rd inning. The lefty Takahashi on the mound here has allowed a couple of base on balls, but he has yet to allow a batter to reach base via hit, as his counterpart Miyagi is doing well his part as well. He's only allowed 2 hits in this one, so not a lot of traffic on the base paths to this part. So here comes Kotaro Kobayashi to the plate. And the first offering is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Kobayashi 2 for 4 in the Japan series. He is batting from the right side against the left-hander Takahashi, who kicks and delivers. That's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Kobayashi, during the regular season, he has struggled a bit. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded back to the pitcher. He fields it. He flips it over to the first baseman, Osuna, covering. It's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 for the first out of the inning. Just to finish off my thoughts on Kobayashi, the youngster is only 20 years old. Makes him all the more intriguing. Only hit .224 this year. Plays a pretty solid shortstop. think last year he was the shortstop when the Buffaloes made it to the Japan series last year. It appeared in almost 140 games for the Buffaloes. So a 19-year-old shortstop leading the way. He's going to be around for a long time, one would think, in Osaka. So here's the first pitch delivered to Shuhei Fukuda. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Fukuda was stranded at third base back in the first inning after he was walked. He takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. Fukuda was sacrificed over to second, and then he reached third when he tagged on a fly ball from Masataka Yoshida. He was left over there at third base, and there's a breaking ball ticket for a called third strike. Fukuda stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that go by for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away here in the third inning, and it's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Ryo Adachi. That is now the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Takahashi, and Fukuda couldn't believe it. Not sure what he was looking at. That pitch looked pretty good. It was a high breaking ball that had dropped in front of the strike. So here comes the first offering to Adachi as the lefty delivers. Adachi squares to looking to push a bunt down the first base line, but he pulls back for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Adachi did have that sacrifice his first time up. 2 for 4 in the series. As the right-handed hitter waggles the bat. And there is takes a fastball for a called strike. And the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Only 2 hits in this ball game, and both are in favor of the Swallows. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to second. Fielded by the second baseman, Yamada. He throws to first. And Adachi is retired for the 3rd out of the inning, and the Buffaloes go quietly in their half of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 3 complete. It is the Swallows no score and the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the 4th inning after this. Appreciate you for joining us here late night. Our friend Mick is here. We're glad that you could be in here with us as well. We'll be right back, and we'll talk with the chat after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 4th inning. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the batting order to come to bat for the Swallows. That means it's going to be Yasutaka Shiomi, Munetaka Murakami, and Jose Osuna to get things going here for Yakult in their half of the 4th inning. Both of these starting pitchers have only allowed a couple of runners each. 2 base hits allowed so far by Miyagi. And it was 2 base on balls by the lefty Takahashi that have put the runners on base for the Buffaloes for them. So both of these pitchers, almost immaculate, almost very similar type of stuff so far. Both have thrown 46 pitches in their 3 innings of work. Both have struck out 4 batters in their innings of work. And so here comes the first pitch from Miyagi. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Shiomi. Shiomi 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. He is 5 for 10 on the series. So they got some hot hitters in the Swallows batting order. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. As we said, we will be back tomorrow night for the same two teams for Game 4 of this series. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul over on the first base side. The count is now 1-2 strikes. Miyagi working from the first base side of the rubber against the right-handed hitting Shiomi, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, waved at. And he looks like he just got a piece of it, did the batter, and he fouls it off, says the home plate umpire. The count is 1-2 strikes. Our friend John says his favorite YouTube channel. Sad when you weren't commenting. Yeah, the other night we were going to call the game and just had a splitting headache. It was I didn't think I was going to survive the first 3 innings. It was just absolutely throbbing. And so we ended up tapping out at the last moment. Couldn't do the first game of the series, but we've been doing a lot of the stuff throughout the year. We're going to get all of the next couple of games in as well. So here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-2. Appreciate you for being in here with us, John. Thank you for your support. So 2 strikes as the lefty works to the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Shiomi has gone on strikes for the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 5 in the books for Miyagi. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Munetaka Murakami. Well, for Murakami, it's a tough night at the office. He is 2 for 9 entering the ballgame tonight. He is now 2 for 10 as he had his bat broken on a ground out back to the pitcher his last time up. The big fella looking to do some damage here in the Japan series. And here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Quite the season for the third baseman for the Yakult, as he had himself a epic season, I guess one would say, or at least the kids would say. The 22-year-old hit 56 homers and drove in 134 runs. Now, on top of it, he hit .318 in the Central League. There's the 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball that just misses low, and the count is now 3-0. The hot Jose Osuna waits his turn on deck. So pick your poison. You can pitch to Murakami, or you're going to have to pitch to the hot-hitting Osuna. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 3-1. So Murakami trending in the right direction. 160 home runs. And he's only 22 years old. And here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. And the count is now 3-2. He took quite a bit off of that pitch, did the lefty Murakami. You also have to give your hats off to Murakami. As a rookie in the 2019 season, he struck out 184 times and 593 at bats. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to first. It is fielded neatly by Tongu, who steps on the bag. And that is going to retire Murakami on a ground out to 3 for out number 2. Just to finish off my thought on Murakami, and then this season here, he was able to cut it down to 128. So almost 60 strikeouts from his rookie year to this year. So it tells you that his discipline is starting to get, and his patience is starting to become a lot better. But he is gone for the second out, and that's going to bring up Jose Osuna to the plate. Osuna is absolutely on fire. He is 7 for 10 in the series. As he waits here on the pitch from Miyagi, it's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. He had a 1-out double in the second inning his first time up, but he was stranded there. So 0 for 1, or 1 for 1 tonight. 0-1 is the count to Osuna. And he pitches a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Osuna waggling the bat. Has that open stance, and here's the 1-1. It's a fastball that Catches the inside corner and the count's now 1-2. I don't think Osuna liked the first pitch. It was called a strike, and I don't think he liked that one because it was in the same location. But I have to say, both of those looked like they were pretty good strikes. Nice pitches there by Miyagi. Here comes the 1-2 now. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to the right side. It's fielded by Tongu. He underhand flips it to Miyagi covering, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 3-1 for the third out of the inning, and the Swallows are gone in order in their half of the fourth. Well, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 3.5. It is the Swallows no score and the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. The fourth inning and the bottom half of it will be coming up in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight. Here's some more of our Japanese cheerleaders to give you guys a little bit of cheer. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat. That means it's going to be Masataka Yoshida, Yuma Tongu, and Yuma Mune to get things going here in the bottom of the fourth inning. For the Buffaloes, Buffaloes are looking to get themselves a run here to break the deadlock and break the ice. The pitching matchups, they're suggesting for the next couple of ball games, they haven't announced anything formally yet. I don't see, although we are getting some information across our screens that they have announced that the starters for tomorrow night. I'm going to try to pick that one up for you in just a moment. We'll see what they have to say here. We've got a nothing ball game in the bottom of the fourth inning. It has been a intriguing affair so far in this one. And we've got ourselves game 3 of the series. As the first pitch is a fastball delivered to Yoshida that's check swing fouled away for strike one, and the count is 0-1. As we mentioned, 46 pitches for the first 3 innings for the lefty Takahashi, equaling his counterpart Miyagi. They both had the same amount of strikeouts, same amount of hitters had reached base. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-handed hitting Masataka Yoshida 0 for 1 tonight. He flew up to center field his first time up. 1 for 7 on the series. He's got himself 5 walks, though. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. Very dangerous left-handed hitting left fielder for the Buffaloes. Yoshida, on the series, waiting here, there's a fastball swung on. It is lofted into shallow left field, and it's going to bleed in past the outstretched arm of the shortstop, Nagioka, and that's going to be a leadoff single here for Yoshida as he's aboard. So he's got himself a base knock, and that's going to bring up Yuma Tongu. I was about to say Yoshida was second in the Pacific League in batting average, only behind Go Matsumoto of the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. And so he has to get it going if they're going to have some success. He'll take hits any way he can get it. And Yoshida is aboard with a base hit single. So he is now the runner at first, and Yuma Tongu stepping to the plate. Curious to see how they're going to play this one out. Well, they have Tongu bunt. He is the cleanup hitter, but sometimes these Japanese managers, they don't shy away from that. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Tongu shows no sign of squaring around. Tongu entered the ballgame 1 for 2 on the series. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out back in the first inning to end the inning. So no balls and 1 strike. As the lefty holds at the belt, he checks his side and now delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside. The count is now 1-1 to Tongu. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Tongu steps out of the box. He gets the signs from his third base coach, and here comes the 1-1 now. As he digs back in, the lefty Takahashi holds at the belt. He's digging into his glove. As he checks the runner at first, and now he delivers. It's a slow breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to third. Murakami fields it over to second for 1. Back to first. It's a double play. Although the Buffalo's first baseman wants to go have a look at VAR, or first base coach does, Nakajima's going to go have that one reviewed. At the bare minimum, it's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Yoshida over at second. They want to go have a look at Yuma Tongu as they think that he beat it out, getting down the line at first base. We're going to get a look at it ourselves. Murakami fielded the ball. He fired over to second for the first out. Yamada had got it back to first. I get the feeling that's going to be overturned. We're going to get a different angle on this, but the first angle I had, it sure looked like that the runner was safe in time. Oh, it's not even close. Not sure what the first base umpire was looking at. That's why we have the VAR, so the video replay is going to have itself a spot in time to be able to determine that. I don't know if I necessarily like the way that Murakami fielded that ball over at third base. He had circled the ball where he had got right around it and then threw to second for the fielder's choice. But they weren't able to retire the backside runner, or they were actually not able to retire the backside runner because, as we see the replay here, and you can see it was well in time that Tongu got down the line. So this would, one would think, be a short review. But I wonder if he backhanded that ball, it would have been a little bit quicker on the double play. And here comes the umpire, and they have overturned the call, so it will be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Yoshida for the first out of the inning, 5-4. So Tongu is now the runner over at first base, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Well, for Mune on the evening, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He is 2 for 12 in the series. We have ourselves a nothing scoreline here in the last half of the fourth inning, and Mune stepping to the plate corner for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Mune. No signs to bunt here from the Buffaloes. This has a feel to it, or a vibe to it. This could be a very low-scoring game. Obviously, it's nothing now. Get into the bullpen as there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0. This could be a game that could go to another 12-inning tie. I wonder when the last time, I'd have to look it up. To be accurate, I remember I was taking a peek about, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks ago, when there's been 2 ties in a series. As we mentioned earlier, there's only been one time that the series has gone 8 games. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into the left center field gap. It's down. It's cut off in front of the warning track by the center fielder, Shiomi. He throws it in. Stopping at third is going to be Tongu. It's going to be a double for Mune. So Mune's got himself a one-out double. As now the Buffaloes are threatening. They've got runners at second and third and one gone, and it's going to bring up the right fielder, Kai Nakagawa. It's the third hit of the series for Mune, and it comes at a timely time for the Osaka Ball Club. It also brings the infield in to have a conversation with their lefty Takahashi. So this brings Nakagawa to the plate. Nakagawa is 0 for 1 tonight. He is grounded to the second baseman his only time up. We're going to take a look here defensively, and the Swallows have the defense in. They are in on the almost to the edge of the grass. I say the grass because it is a turf field in the Kyocera Dome. Only a step or so off of the green portion of the turf. So Nakagawa at the plate as the lefty holds set at the belt. And now here comes the pitch. It's a slow breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball one. The count is 1-0. Looming on deck is Yataro Sugimoto. Not somebody you want to face with the bases loaded. I'm sure they want to try to get Nakagawa here. Nakagawa 3 for 12 on the series. He's 0 for 1 tonight with the ground out to second his first time up. The outfield is somewhat straight away, and they are deep. But the infield is in, looking to cut off a run at the plate. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Nakagawa. They do have the open base. 1-0 series lead for the Swallows, as Game 2 was all locked up into a draw at 3-3. The first team to win 4 games is the champion. As we said about the tie ball games, there's been a couple of ties in the series. We'll have to do a little bit more digging on that. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's fouled away right behind home plate. The count is now 2-1 to Nakagawa. As I said, I think there's only been one time in history in the Japan series that there has been a tie, a 8-game series. That would have been, if I'm not mistaken, the Hiroshima Carp. It took care of that one, and for whatever reason it seems like it was many, many moons ago. Actually, it was the Carp who lost to the Saitama Cebu Lions back in 1986. There's a breaking ball swung on. Its grounded foul over on the third base side. It was a 4-3-1 series. For the tie game the other night, was a tie game in this series in 2018 between the Hawks and the Carp, where the Hawks had won that series 4-1, but there was a tie, so it actually went 6 games. So here comes the 2-2 pitch to Nakagawa as the lefty Takahashi holds set. He gets his sign from his catcher Nakamura, and he works to the set position. He checks the runners, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down in it, and it's now 3-2 to Nakagawa. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Swallows, who won the championship last year, beating the Orix Buffaloes. It had been a number of years since the Swallows had won. It was dating all the way back to 2001. When they had knocked off the Osaka Kintetsu Buffaloes. Of course, that was the merger between the Orix Blue Wave and the Kintetsu Buffaloes, who became the Orix Buffaloes. As the lefty steps off the backside of the rubber, reaches for the rosin bag, and we're going to cycle through the signs again. It has been Pacific League dominance for a number of years. Last year, the Swallows were able to break that stretch of victories. Of 8 in a row won by the Pacific League. Lately, it has been them that have played the better ball. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, but they appeal over to the first base umpire and say that Nakagawa went around, and he is going to be retired on strikes for the second out of the inning. A clutch strikeout there by the lefty Takahashi. He crawls the ladder, gutsy pitch at 3-2, and the right fielder for the Buffaloes could not hold up. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Yatara Sugimoto. And with Sugimoto, you don't have to be, you can be a little delicate with them, and that's where they are coming out to the mound to have a word with their lefty here. Sugimoto could turn a pitch around and make this ball game a 3-0 game with one swing of the bat. So the conference on the mound is over, as the Swallows pitching coach is returning to the dugout. So Sugimoto 2 for 8 on the series. He's walked his only trip tonight to the plate. They do have the open base at first base, and I would not be surprised that he doesn't get anything really good to hit. Tori Fushimi, the catcher, waits his turn on deck. He would be the guy that I think I would want to prefer to face. So Takahashi getting his side from his catcher Nakamura, ready to go back at it, as he checks the runners at second and third, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball, swung on and missed. And Sugimoto looked like he wanted to turn that one around in a hurry. So no balls and one strike. Sugimoto, the big right-handed power hitter for the Buffaloes. As we said, it fell off dramatically from last year to this year. Only had 15 home runs this year, after hitting north of 30 the year before. And here comes the 0-1 offering as the lefty checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that almost hits Sugimoto. He backs him off the plate, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The left-handed throwing Takahashi gets his side from his catcher. And now he works to the belt. He checks the runner, Yumamune, at second. The runner at third is Tongu. The Buffaloes are looking to try to get on the board. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is now 2-1. 2 hits here in the inning so far for the Buffaloes. The leadoff single by Yoshida, he was erased on the fielder's choice by Tongu. Then the 1-out double by Mune has runners at second and third. Nakagawa had struck out. And that puts it into the 2-1 count here to Yatara Sugimoto, with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As the lefty holds at the belt, he checks the runners. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. And the count is now 2-2 to Sugimoto. As we get a look at the replay of that one there, that just hugged the outside corner of the plate. Nice touch and feel there by the lefty Takahashi. So Sugimoto holding the bat, waiting here on the lefty, who is ready to deliver. As he kicks and he fires, it's a fastball, swung on and missed. And that is a clutch strikeout there by Takahashi to end the inning, as he strikes out the final 2 hitters of the inning. Well, the Buffaloes, again, they threaten, but they don't score. There were no runs, there were 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left in scoring position. We are now through 4 complete. It is the Swallows nothing and the Buffaloes nothing. Stick around. Everybody will be back with the call of the top of the 5th inning when we return right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the hitters coming up to bat for the Swallows, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order. It's going to be Yuhei Nakamura, then it'll be Domingo Santana and Patrick Kivlahan to face the lefty Hiroya Miyagi, who is coming back out for his 5th inning of work. It was a clutch strikeout last 2 hitters of the last inning by the lefty Takahashi to retire the Buffaloes. And it is going to be Miyagi who is going to be set to come back to work here. As we said, I'm curious to see how they're going to manage their bullpens in this one. Both of these teams had a day off yesterday. How far are they going to stay with their starters? Are they going to let them ride into the 6th and 7th innings, or are they got a shorter leash than they might regularly have? That is where we stand here. So Nakamura, Santana, and Kivlahan. So you get things going here in the 5th inning. Nakamura 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up, and there's a first pitch breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Nakamura 2 for 11 on the series. As the lefty holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Swallows have themselves a 1-0 series lead, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 2-1. That first game of the series, they knocked off the Buffaloes 5-3. And then the 3-3 tie in game 2, and that shifted the ledger back to Osaka for games 3, 4, and 5 of the series. There was a breaking ball that has swung on and fouled away, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Nakamura. And here comes the offering from the lefty Miyagi. It's a fastball swung on and is grounded through the 6-hole into left field, past the glove of the shortstop Kirbayashi. So Nakamura's got himself a leadoff single here. It'll be curious to see how they're going to play this out. I'd be shocked if Domingo Santana was asked to bunt. Certainly not a part of the batting order that's going to be dropping bunts down, as you got Santana and Kivlahan coming to the plate. So Santana tonight 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He is 1 for 7 on the series. The runner Nakamura establishes his lead over at first base. And here comes the first offering to Santana. He takes a fastball over for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I often say sometimes you might get one pitch in at bat that's going to be a good pitch to hit, and that might have been the one to Santana. That was middle away. We've been able to extend some of that there. Our friend Scott Yeager in the house says Swallows money line paid his mortgage for him this year. Well, good for you, Scott. That's what you want. As there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-1. The Swallows have been playing, well, they played great baseball through the year. In fact, the first half of the season, they were outstanding. But the second half of the year, they sort of slowed down a little bit, but they've done enough in the playoffs. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to get looped into shallow center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit in front of the center fielder Fukuda, and now the Swallows are flapping their wings. They've got runners at first and second with nobody out. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Patrick Kivlahan. Friend Scott says the KBO over 7 is a lock. Yeah, it usually is. In KBO, the games are a lot more scoring affairs over there. Not enough pitching. Well, the infield is in to talk to Miyagi, as he's got himself in his first real pickle here. Runners are at first and second with nobody out. The left fielder, Patrick Kivlahan, coming to the plate, who is 0 for 1 tonight, 0 for 2 in the series. He popped out to the catcher his first time up. Be curious to see what they're going to do with the 32-year-old here. Are they going to have him square to bunt? Or are they going to let him swing away? He looks like he is showing no intention to bunt. He's got an open stance, and here comes the first offering now from Miyagi. who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down for ball one, and the count is 1-0. The runner at second is Nakamura. The runner at first is Santana. The Swallows have 4 hits in the ball game, and they've strung 2 together back-to-back here. The lefty Miyagi checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Kivlahan. Waiting on deck is the shortstop Hideki Nagioka, as they are in the deep part of the batting order. The crowd has the thunder sticks going, and they are making noise in Osaka. The Swallow fans are in full force. Kivlahan gets the sign. He digs in. It's going to be the 2-0 offering from Miyagi. Checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is a fly ball lifted into shallow left field. Moving back on it is Kirbayashi, the shortstop, and he's going to make the catch in front of the left fielder Yoshida. And Kivlahan is going to be retired for the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop Hideki Nagioka. Well, Nagioka is 0 for 1 in the game this evening. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. He is 1 for 9 on the series. The runner at second is Nakamura. The runner at first, Santana. As the shortstop Nagioka digs in at the plate. Left-hander against the left-hander. Miyagi kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Just as we said, a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow for these same 2 teams. So if you happen to be around and you want to drop in, come on in and listen in. We'd love to have you. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. As the lefty kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Japan Series Baseball, as that is their version of what North America calls the World Series, is Game 3 that we're giving to you right now. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the lefty Miyagi checks the runner over at second. He holds set to the belt. And the 1-1 is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined over to the second baseman. It was looped right there to the second baseman, Adachi, who makes the catch over the shoulder going into the 4-hole. And that is going to retire Nagioka. And he is gone for the second out of the inning. Get that one again on the replay. He hit that one. It was just a little bit looper. They were in double play depth. It was not an easy play by Adachi, the second baseman, who had to turn to his left and get on his horse and make the grab in shallow left field. That is 2 gone. That's going to bring up the top of the order and the very dangerous Tetsuya Yamada. Well, Yamada is 1 for 2 today. He had a single his first time up. And here comes the first offering from Miyagi. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Yamada 1 for 11 on the series. The hit that he had to break the ice his last time up was a soft ground ball to the right of the second baseman, Adachi, who ended up firing the ball into the dirt. They couldn't make the play, as Yamada was able to leg it out. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track and up against the wall. And this one is gone. A home run for Tetsuya Yamada. A 3-run shot. And that is going to put the Swallows up ahead with a 3-0 lead here in the 5th inning, as Nakamura and Santana are going to score in front of him. And the Swallows are now flapped their wings for sure. That is a great time for the hitter Yamada to really bust out of that slump that he was in to start the series. Can't ask for more clutch hitting than that. It is a 3-run shot for Yamada, with 2 gone here in the 5th inning, and that will bring up the right fielder Takashi Miyamoto. So for the Swallow fans that are in the house, I'm sure a couple of fist pumps right there are in order here in the 5th inning. Well, that brings Miyamoto to the plate, who is 0 for 2 tonight, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball down for a ball one. The count is 1-0. Well, the way it was going, you could see that Miyagi was almost going to wiggle himself out of that jam. He was able to get the 8 and 9 hole hitters. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count's now 2-0. But Tetsudo Yamada turned on that pitch and drove it into the seats in left field. That has opened the scoring for the Swallows here. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. Miyamoto showed bunt, but he took that one at the knees for a called strike. Miyamoto on the series is 2 for 5. As he waits here on the offering from the lefty Miyagi, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that bounces up to the plate, and the count's now 3-1. I was kind of wondering how far they would roll with Miyagi. He's at 83 pitches here, and was kind of curious to see if they would bring him out for another inning of work. So here comes the 3-1 pitch as they deliver. It's a fastball that comes inside, and it's fouled away. Boy, oh boy, that is a really dangerous spot. That ball came down. It was fouled off of looked like the knob of the bat of the hitter. It came up and got under the mask of Tori Fushimi, got him just underneath the jaw. He's going to need a moment here to collect himself, but that was, oof. That was a freak spot there. Well, we're ready to go again. He wastes no time. There's a fastball swung on, is grounded over to second. Fielded neatly by Adachi. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. But the damage has been done here in the 5th inning, as there were 3 runs in the inning on the home run by Tetsudo Yamada. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 4.5. It is now the Yakult Swallows 3, the Orix Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 5th inning. After this, we appreciate you guys for popping in here with us tonight. There's some Yakult Swallows, did you know? Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it is a 3-0 scoreline for the Tokyo Yakult Swallows over the Orix Buffaloes. The 3-run homer in the top of the 5th inning by Tetsudo Yamada has got the Swallows out in front here of the Buffaloes, 3-0. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Buffaloes in their half of the 5th inning. It'll be Tori Fushimi, Kotaro Kobayashi, and the top of the order, Shuhei Fukuda, to try to test their mettle against the pitcher here of the Swallows in Keiji Takahashi. So Takahashi now pitching with the 3-run lead as he delivers a first pitch fastball over for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Fushimi. Fushimi 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. He's a 1 for 7 on the series. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 3-5-0 for the Swallows, 0-2-0 for the Buffaloes. There's a fastball swung on. It is hit on a line past the diving second baseman Yamada. It's going to get into center field. Tori Fushimi stayed inside the ball really well and lined one on one hop past the second baseman for a base hit. He is aboard with a leadoff single here in the fifth inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop Kentaro Kobayashi. Well, Kobayashi is 0 for 1 tonight. He is 2 for 5 in the series. He grounded to the pitcher his first time up as he had his bat sawn off in his hand. So Kobayashi waiting here on the lefty, who comes set to the belt. As Takahashi delivers, it's a fastball that just misses inside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Kentaro Kobayashi. All the scoring off of one swing of the bat. And that, of course, by the bat of Tetsudo Yamada. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder Shiomi. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Kobayashi for the first out of the inning. And I'll bring up the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda. Just taking a look at Kobayashi's numbers. Looks like Kobayashi, I was missing something on him. I think he's 4 for 8 entering the series tonight. I had him down for 2 for 4. I must have missed the other ball game. There's a first pitch breaking ball delivered to Fukuda, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Fukuda is 0 for 5 entering the series. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his last time up, and he walked back in the first inning. He was stranded at third. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count's now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The lefty Takahashi ready to go to work again as he holds set at the belt. Here comes the 1-1. As he checks the runner, he holds again. And now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's over on the third base side. Runs the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. $85 pitches for Miyagi through his 5 innings of work, and Takahashi is at 75 right now for his work here for the Tokyo Yakult Swallows. I think the Swallows would hope to get at least 6 innings out of them and then try to close it off with the back end of their bullpen. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and Fukuda goes down on strikes for the second time today. That is another one in the books. Number 7 for Takahashi. And that is going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Ryo Adachi. Well, for Adachi, he entered the ball game tonight 2 for 4. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He also has a sacrifice bunt. So Adachi here batting with the runner at first and 2 gone. And the lefty Takahashi delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Adachi getting the start at second base. Was a big part of the Buffalo's ball club over the last few years, but seemingly losing some time to Nishino at second. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. He has not been I don't want to say an everyday player, but he has been an everyday player, but this year losing a little bit of playing time through the years. So here comes the 1-1 offering. And it is a fastball swung on. It has popped up into shallow left field, racing back on it. And underneath it is the shortstop, but now calling him off is the left fielder, Kivlahan. And he's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Adachi for the third out of the inning. Well, the Buffaloes, they got the leadoff single and they strand Tori Fushimi. As they are not able to get him past first base. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We're now through 5 complete innings. We're going to take a little bit of a break as we're going to put the music on loop. We're going to go get ourselves another hot cup of coffee. So stay with us, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 6th inning. It was a 3-0 lead for the Swallows. We'll be back in a few after this. As we said, we're just going to loop it around a little bit as we go to the coffee machine and able to get ourselves something warm to bring us home. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We're waiting here, as we like to call it, our proverbial Japanese halftime. After the 5th inning, they take a little bit of an extended break to do some work on the field. Of course, it is a turf field, so it's really only around the cutouts around the bases, as we will be heading to the top of the 6th inning in just a couple moments. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this with all the action as we're moving to the top of the 6th inning. It is a 3-0 lead. Yagi's just playing catch in front of the dugout as they're waiting here to resume the action in just a few. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for popping in here with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. It is Miyagi who is on the hill completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one going here in just a couple moments to get the sixth inning underway. The big blow off the bat of Tetsuda Yamada, the three-run homer in the top of the fifth inning, has the Swallows out to a 3-0 lead. And that is where we stand right now. The difference really in this series is starting to become present, as you could see that it has been the power of the Swallows over the course of the now 3 games or 2.5 games. Uchiyama, who's not in the starting lineup, hit a 3-run pinch hit home run in the bottom of the ninth to tie it up the other night for the Swallows, send that game into extra innings. The night before, there were 3 homers. Osuna, Murakami, and Shiomi all homered. So 5 homers now in this series for the Swallows. So Shiomi begins the inning here with a fastball that he takes outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Shiomi, Murakami, and Osuna, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to face Miyagi here in the 6th inning. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly past Mune at third, fielded by the shortstop Kirbayashi. He throws to first, and the umpire says that they've got him. That is going to get him. Kirbayashi's going to make that play. It's going to be a ground out 6-3. A nice play by Tongu to be able to hold on to the bag as he was reaching. We're going to get a look at this one just out of the outstretched arm of Mune. He threw it over to first base. The umpire says he's out. I want to see if the Swallows are going to look at it. We're going to look at it. But what a great play by Kirbayashi. And he got him by a half a step. Wow, what a play. I don't think they're going to have to review that one. 1 gone, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Minataka Murakami. Well, for Murakami tonight, he's 0 for 2. He's grounded to the pitcher, and he's grounded to first. And he takes a first pitch fastball down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Murakami, as we say, he's got 1 home run in the series. It was in game 1. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the third baseman, Mune, into the left field corner. It's going to be a base hit for Murakami as Yoshida comes up with the ball and cruising into second with a stand-up double. There's Murakami. He's got himself a spot here. He is now at second base with 1 gone. That'll bring up the first baseman, Jose Ozuna. And that is going to bring the manager, Nakajima, out of the bullpen. And it looks like that, or out of the bullpen, out of the dugout. And that looks like that is going to be it for the night for the lefty Miyagi. A little surprised that they left him in for the 6th inning to begin with. But they are now going to go to the bullpen, and we're going to get ourselves a reliever coming up here in just a couple moments. So Jose Ozuna set to come to bat, and that is the end of the night for the lefty Miyagi as he gets a round of applause from the home faithful, but he is going to be in line for the loss unless the Buffaloes can put some runs on the board and come back in this one. Well, hang tight, everybody. We've got a pitching change. We'll get you that when we return in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for checking in here with us. We'll be right back with Japan Series, Game 3, 3-0 for the Swallows over the Buffaloes. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the right-hander Mataki Higa who is coming into the ball game. The right-hander in the regular season worked in 30 ball games. He had a 5-0 record. He worked 21 and a third innings, allowed 20 hits, had walked 2 and struck out 24, and he had an ERA of 2.53. The veteran right-hander is going to be 30 years old after the season. He's been with the Buffaloes and has pitched at the NPB level since 2010. So he is the one that is going to be on in relief. He's going to be entrusted to have to face Jose Ozuna, then Yuhei Nakamura, and Domingo Santana. So Ozuna, who steps to the plate, is 1 for 2 in this one. He is 7 for 11 on the series, and he is looking to try to put them up a little bit further. So Higa has got his work cut out for him here. He is on to face the right-handed hitting Ozuna. So Mataki Higa on here in relief. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0 to Ozuna. They do have the open base at first base. And you've got Nakamura, the catcher, waiting his turn on deck. So we'll have to see how they're going to face Ozuna here, if they're going to give him much good to hit, or if they're basically just going to pitch around him to have to get to that catcher Nakamura. Here comes the 1-0 offering. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. I say a fastball because it's somehow hard to determine what it is. It is almost not really, I don't want to say a sidearm, pure sidearm delivery from Higa, but he's not really in a 3/4 motion either. He almost really pushes the ball as it floats up to the plate. Big fan of his arm action, but who cares if he can get batters out at this particular level. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. That last pitch was at 61 miles an hour. As he didn't just take a little bit off it, he took a whole ton off that pitch. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ozuna off to quite the start in the series. 7 for 11 at the plate. 1 for 2 tonight with that double back in the second inning. And here comes the 1-2 offering. They set him up outside, and the pitch is a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jose Ozuna. The Venezuelan flag is flying about the stadium, and Ozuna is a native, of course, and there are people that are in the stands supporting his presence. So here comes the 2-2. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It's pop foul behind home plate. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. I don't know if the hitter Ozuna was expecting that. It was a fastball that was well off the inside corner, but props to Higa for coming in to challenge him. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the first baseman of the Swallows. 3-0 lead here for Tokyo in the top of the 6th inning. They're looking for more as the runner at second base is Murakami. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our North American audience, you're joining us for breakfast this morning on the East Coast. It's now 7:30 or 7:33. If you're on the West Coast, it is 4:33. But we appreciate you either way for popping in to listen to us here tonight. Or I should say this morning. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball and a slow one. That floated up at 58 miles an hour. Swung on and fouled away. Got Ozuna way out in front of it. Was able to fight that one off. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think of watching the Major League Baseball playoffs when the pitchers can come out of the bullpen and they come out throwing hard and harder. They don't skip a beat. Can't tell you how many pitchers come out throwing mid-upper 90s in relief. It's unbelievable. Well, you certainly don't have that here, but you do have a pitcher who can pitch. And here's the 2-2 offering. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-2. Really, the fastballs that he's thrown to Ozuna, none of them have really been for strikes. Everything a bit off the corner or down low, off the inside corner or down low. His breaking stuff is what's been in for strikes. Trying to keep the hitter off balance. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Osuna. The runner at second is Murakami. There is a 1 gone here in the 6th inning. As the right-hander holds set and now delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside. That's going to be ball 4 as Osuna's got himself a walk. Not the worst-case scenario. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Yuhei Nakamura. That was a 9-pitch at bat for Osuna to welcome Higa to the ball game. And now Nakamura strides to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single in his 2 trips. He's also scored a run. Came around on the home run by Tetsuda Yamada in the 5th inning. Well, the Swallows are looking to extend the lead with runners at first and second and 1 gone. And here comes the first offering now from Higa to the catcher Nakamura, who swings and misses. The count is quickly 0-1. Nakamura on the series 3 for 12. As he is batting here against the right-hander Higa. Domingo Santana will wait his turn on deck. And here comes the offering to the right-handed hitting Nakamura. As Higa delivers, it's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Top half of the 6th inning. Lots of baseball left to go, but your concerns, or my concerns, would be how the Swallows are going to seal this one off. 3-run lead could be insurmountable. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is lifted into center field. Camping out underneath it is Fukuda. He makes the catch and he fires it back in. And Murakami is going to hold at second base as he was tagging. That is going to retire Nakamura for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Domingo Santana. Well, for Santana tonight, he is 1 for 2. He also singled in the 5th inning and came around to score a run on the homer by Yamada. He struck out back in the 2nd inning, so he is now 2 for 8 in the series. Gets the nod as the designated hitter tonight. And the right-hander Higa holds at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Pressed into a tough situation. It looks like Nori Aoki, the veteran, has grabbed the bat, and he has moved into the on-deck circle for Patrick Kivlahan. So we'll see what happens here if he enters the fray in this half inning. Nori Aoki, the veteran of MLB fame as well. And here's the pitch from Higa. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. This is where the chess piece is going to start to happen here in the latter part of the ball game. Be curious to see who the managers turn to the bench to come in for their substitutes. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Santana as he waits here on the offering from Higa. He has an open stance. The righty now kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice healthy crowd at the Kyocera Dome in Osaka tonight, as they are enjoying this one here. Trying to get the attendance for you as it becomes available, but it looks like, as we said, a pretty healthy crowd here for this one. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and Santana goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here. Well, the Swallows threatened, as they wanted to add more runs on the board. They got no runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 left the board. We're moving now to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 3 and the Orix Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 6th inning when we return in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Buffaloes batting order to come to bat. That's going to be Masataka Yoshida, Yoma Tangu, and Yuma Mune to face the lefty who is on to start his 6th inning work, and that is Keiji Takahashi. So the difference in this one has been the 3-run homer from Tetsudo Yamada, as he has got the Swallows out to a 3-0 lead with that bomb in the top of the 5th inning. So the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat to face Takahashi as Yoshida steps in. He's 1 for 2 on the ball game, 2 for 8 in the series. And the first offering is on the way, as it is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. 79 pitches, as we said, through the first 5 innings. It is a defensive change. Nori Aoki is in the ball game for the Swallows. He will hit in the spot where it was held by Patrick Kivlahan, as there's a fastball that misses for ball 2, and the count is now 2-0. So Nori Aoki in, and Kivlahan is done for the evening. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. And the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike to Yoshida. As we said, the chess match will take place usually, we always like to say, after the 7th inning, get into the deeper water of the ball game. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Coming in on it is Aoki, and the first batter tests him, and he makes the grab, as that is going to retire Yoshida on a fly ball to left field. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tangu. Well, for Tangu, he is officially 0 for 2 tonight. He bounced into a fielder's choice his last time up and struck out back in the first inning. He is 1 for 4 on the series. As the lefty Takahashi delivers, it's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. The right-handed hitting Tangu, waggling the bat, waiting on the offering from the lefty Takahashi, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Tangu getting the start at first base tonight, and he is in the cleanup spot. Waiting here on the offering from Takahashi, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded down the third baseline. Stopped by the diving third baseman Murakami, who gets up. He throws a 2-hopper to first, and Ozuna picks it out of the dirt, and that is going to retire Tangu for the 2nd out of the inning. What a fantastic play by the Swallows slugging third baseman. He dives to the foul line side, gets to his feet, 1-2 hops, and a great play by Ozuna to be able to pick it. And that is going to retire Tangu on a ground-out 5-3 for the 2nd out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Well, for Mune, he's 1 for 2 tonight. He had a double his last time up. He takes a fastball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Mune 3 for 13 on the series with that hit back in the 4th inning. And here comes the 1-strike pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and it's now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Mune. I have to say, Yuma Mune, as he really grows on me in a positive way as I watch him play this game. He started the ball game off tonight with a couple of nice defensive plays. He can field his position, and he's able to take care of the baseball. Basically has been really flawless. I've only seen him make an error or 2 this year. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. He's been able to flash the leather. He's also been able to hit the ball as needed. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more power out of him as he gets a little bit older. I say the power is the last thing to develop, and I would think that maybe in his best year he might be able to hit you 15 homers. So here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to second. Yamada fields it over to first, and that is going to do it. As the Buffaloes go quietly here in the 6th inning, there was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 6 complete innings. It is the Buffaloes trailing the Swallows 3-0. We're moving to the 7th. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being here with us late night or early morning. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be yet another pitching change for the Orix Buffaloes as they are going to the bullpen yet again. It is going to be another right-hander in the game, and this is going to be the right-hander Daichi Takayasu as he will take over here. Takayasu only appeared in 6 regular season games. He was 2-0. He had worked 26 innings. He allowed 27 hits. He had walked 10 and struck out 20 and had an ERA of 3.81. So he is going to be called to try to hold the Swallows at bay here. So Daichi Takayasu on in relief. So Takayasu has completed his warm-up tosses. And who's he going to face? Well, it's going to be Nori Aoki, and then it's going to be Hideki Nagioka and the top of the order, Tetsuda Yamada. So 8-9-1. So Nori Aoki steps to the plate. He's in the twilight of his career as Aoki, as he is not a young fella anymore. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Aoki is 40 years old. And he, of course, spent time in Major League Baseball. He squares the bunt, and he drags it down the first baseline. It's a good one. It's a race to the base, and Aoki is going to beat it out. A great play. He was able to drop it down the first baseline. The first baseman, Tagu, had to come off the line to field it. The pitcher, Takayasu, couldn't get over in time. And that is going to be a single for Aoki, as he is aboard with a hit. He was basically this year, Aoki, a little bit more than a part-time player. Only appeared in 81 games. He had 256 at-bats. As I'll just finish off with him, he had 248. Still able to do some things. Back from his heyday when he stole 41 bases way back in 06. He doesn't have the wheels anymore. So that brings up the shortstop, Nagioka, to the plate. And he's already squaring the bunt. They throw over to first base, and getting back is Aoki. Nagioka 0 for 2 tonight, 1 for 10 on the series. Probably a wise decision for him to be squaring the bunt. Get that runner into scoring position for the top part of the order. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nagioka. It's definitely an opportunity here to be able to tack a few more runs on the board, as the Swallows are looking to extend their lead and get the runner Aoki into scoring position. And then you've got Yamada and Miyamoto to follow. As the right-hander holds at the belt, as he kicks and delivers, he pulls back and swings away. Does the batter? Oh boy, that's disastrous. It was a pop-up over on the third base side. Playable for Mune, who makes the catch in the third base coach's box. That is going to retire Nagioka. They were outsmarting themselves. That is going to be the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Tetsudo Yamada. Well, for Yamada tonight, he is 2 for 3. He broke the 0 for 9 slump. He was hitless in 10 straight, actually, to start the series. Then he had a single to the second baseman in the third inning and the 3-run homer in the 5th. So he is now 2 for 12 in the series. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Yamada had inked himself a contract a few years ago that kept him in Japan. He was probably a player that could have been eyed by Major League Baseball. And here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Down goes second, goes the runner. And sliding in safely is going to be Aoki. We're just talking about how he doesn't steal bases like he used to, but there he goes. He's got himself into scoring position as he has stolen second base safely. And that's going to put the count at 1-1. It looked like Fushimi had a little bit of a hard time getting the ball out of his glove. He double pumped a bit. But now they got the runner in scoring position with the 1 gone. And it's a 1 ball and 1 strike count to Yamada. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count's now 2-1. Yamada to be followed by the right fielder, Takashi Miyamoto. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Yamada waggling the bat. The righty Takayasu on in relief. He's the 3rd pitcher used tonight by the Buffaloes. He kicks and he fires. It's a split finger pitch. It misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1. Maybe not the worst case scenario to walk Yamada, as they do have the open base. They can face Miyamoto. But then the hot hitting Shiomi is to follow after that. He is in the hole. So 3 balls and 1 strike. As the right-hander holds at the belt, he checks the runners, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's line foul down the left field line. That now runs the count to full on Yamada. Got to be careful here. Yamada hit that home run, and he's had a couple of swings that balls have gone foul that have been loud foul balls. So maybe that 0 for 10 start to the series is a distant past. That one hard, but just foul down the left field line. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander, Takayasu, holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that was enticing, but that's going to be ball 4 as it missed off the outside corner. And Yamada is aboard for the 3rd time today, this time via the free pass. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Takashi Miyamoto. Well, they definitely need to induce a ground ball double play here. The Swallows, well, that's if you're a Buffalo fan. If you're a Swallow fan, the stage is set here for Miyamoto to do some damage with one gone here. Miyamoto tonight 0 for 3. He has grounded to third, grounded to second, and he has struck out in his 3 trips. He is 2 for 6 on the series. As the right-hander works at the belt, he checks the runner over at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a first pitch breaking ball that just misses inside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. That pitch looked pretty good. Right now, all signs are pointing to the lefty Takahashi to come back into the ball game. Why not? If you're the Swallows, he's kept the Buffaloes at bay. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. His grounded softly to the right side. Fielded by the first baseman, Tongu. He thought about going to second, but instead he flips it to the pitcher covering. That's going to go down as a ground out. 3-1 for the second out of the inning. It's going to advance the runners. Aoki is going to head over to third. Yamada is now into scoring position at second, and that's going to bring up the center fielder Yasutaka Shiomi. Well, Shiomi tonight, he has struggled at the plate. He is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and grounded to short. He is 5 for 12 on the series. So right-hander against the right-hander. Shiomi digs in. Waiting on the first offering here from Takayasu. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that comes inside and it hits Shiomi. Oh boy, that is not what you wanted to do. That's going to load the bases and it's going to bring up the Central League's home run leader and Munetaka Murakami. So the bases are loaded. Nowhere to put the big slugger as he's going to come to bat. It's going to bring the pitching coach out of the Buffaloes dugout. And now the Swallows have a chance to blow this thing apart with a 3-0 lead here in the 7th inning. It's the one thing that that the Japanese league, you don't get a lot of information on. Baseball Reference usually gives you a lot of info on righty-lefty matchups and different type of things. And I have to be honest, I haven't taken a look at Murakami on the Baseball Reference website, but certainly on the NPB site and other English sites for Japanese, you can't really see what they do, but they're going to let a righty face the lefty here. It would have been interesting to see if they could have brought a lefty in to face Murakami. But the matchups over in the Japanese league, they don't necessarily care about that so much. So they are not going to go to a bullpen or make a change. Here comes the first offering to Murakami. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Oh boy, he took a big healthy cut at that one. He tried to deposit that one into the seats. And if he would have done that, it would probably been all but lights out for the Buffaloes in this one. So no balls and 1 strike. The bases are full of Swallows. And it's no balls and 1 strike to Murakami. He's waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Takasu, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and it squirts away from the catcher Fushimi. It's going to run the count even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. You're going to have to pitch to him somehow here, or at least induce him to have to swing at some poor pitches. The Buffaloes are trailing in this one 3-0. As Daichi Takasu is on the hill here in relief. He holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike to Murakami. So he's getting himself into good counts to hit. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Swallows' third baseman. As he waits here on the offering from the right-hander Takasu, holds at the belt. And now he kicks and he fires. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. It's now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Murakami. Well, nowhere to put him. And if If you're the big left-handed hitter for the Swallows, you're sitting on one spot and one pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike it is. Aoki, the runner at third. Yamada is at second. Shiomi, the runner at first. Takasu is digging himself a deeper and deeper hole. Here comes the 3-1 pitch as he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball's line foul into the netting just behind the temporary seating over on the first base side. Boy, did he hit that one on the screws. That is hooked foul, and that's going to run the count to 3-2. Well, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners are going to be on the move here as the Swallows are looking to add to their lead. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Murakami waiting on the offering here from the righty Takasu, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the left field line, but this ball is going to slice into the seats. That's going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Murakami did a good job of just flicking the wrists at it. And even when he flicks the wrists at it, the ball goes a country mile. That ball was hit down that left field line. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hard to believe, only 22 years old is the big fella. Lots of baseball left in this one. So here comes the offering. The 3-2 pitch, runners are on the move. It's a fastball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. Murakami's going to get himself an RBI on the bases loaded walk. That's going to bring home Nori Aoki with the 4th run of the ball game. It's going to advance Tetsuda Yamada over to third, and Shiomi goes over to second. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Jose Osuna. It's just not going to get any easier for Takasu here. So the bases are full of Swallows. And Jose Osuna steps up to the plate, the hottest hitter arguably in the Swallows lineup. Osuna is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a double in his 2 at-bats. He's also drawn a walk. He is 7 for 11 in the series. And here comes the first offering to Osuna. It's a fastball. Take it for a called strike. Oh, the big Venezuelan just leans back. You can't believe it. I think that's a pitch he dreams about, and he got that one for a first pitch called strike. I think he was more mad at himself than he was the umpire, that's for sure. So no balls and 1 strike. As the righty holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Osuna. Osuna will be followed by the catcher Yuhei Nakamura, who waits his turn on deck. As we said, it just doesn't get any easier facing this lineup. I think the advantage goes to the Swallows, one would think, with the designated hitter rule. They just have a gluttony of riches at the plate. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 1-2. That pitch actually looked better than the one before, or looked not as good as the one before. The one before that he didn't get. That pitch there looked like it might have been a little bit on the low side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The runner at third is Yamada. The runner at second, Shiomi. The runner at first is Murakami. And here comes the 1-2 offering as the righty holds it, delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Osuna. The Buffaloes are in the hole here, 4-0. As the bases loaded walk to Murakami has increased the lead to 4-zip. Right-hander Takasu gets the sign from his catcher. And he works set to the belt. And here's the 2-2 as he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lined foul just over the netting down the right field line. It's going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Osuna. So 1 swing of the bat here could blow this game apart. As Osuna digs in, waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from the righty Takasu. Holds at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Osuna goes down on strikes for the third out of the inning. Well, the Swallows get one more run, and they threatened to add more, but they only come away with the one. There was one run in the inning on one hit. There were no errors and 3 runners left the board. That's 7 Swallows left the board tonight so far in the 7 innings for Yakult. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning, it is now a 4-0 scoreline for the Swallows over the Buffaloes. We'll be back in just a few minutes as we continue to make the calls for you here. Appreciate you guys for being with us, and we thank you all for stopping in tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The scoreline is 4-0 for the Tokyo Yakult Swallows over the Orix Buffaloes. They added an extra run there in the inning on a bases-loaded walk to Murakami. And that is where we stand with a 4-0 scoreline in Osaka. So we're going to see how this one's going to play up and potentially play out here for the Buffaloes in their half. Buffaloes trailing 4-0. And it looks like we do have a pitching change for the Swallows. They are going to go to the bullpen as the left-hander is done for the day. And I'm sure the Swallows have taken a deep sigh of relief because of that. Or I should say the Buffaloes have taken a deep sigh of relief. It's going to be Ishiyama coming into the ballgame. Right-hander on the regular season. Ishiyama had worked in 38 games. He had a 2-0 record. He had pitched 36 innings, allowing 27 hits, walking 14, and striking out 35. He had an ERA of 1.75. So Ishiyama in, and Takahashi out after 6 brilliant innings. And he is going to be facing Kai Nakagawa, Yatara Sugimoto, and Tori Fushimi. And the first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Nakagawa. Nakagawa today is 0 for 2. He has grounded out to the second baseman, as well as he has struck out in his times to the plate. And there's a fastball that bounces up. And the count is now 1-1. So Nakagawa, Sugimoto, and Fushimi here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ishiyama, the veteran, the 34-year-old, kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Nakagawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The right-hander holds at the belt. And now he kicks. He does a double pump with his leg, and there's a fastball swung on. It's lined over the head of the first baseman, Osuna, into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Nakagawa is aboard, so the Buffaloes are not dead yet. We'll see if they have any late inning life in them. They're going to need some instant runs. They want to get back into this one. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Yataro Sugimoto. Well, for Sugimoto, he is 0 for 1 officially tonight. He struck out in the 4th and he walked in the 2nd. On the series, he is 2 for 9. So Sugimoto waggling the bat, batting from the right side against the right-hander Ishiyama, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Kind of surprised a little bit that they didn't stay with the lefty Takahashi for one more inning, as they had gone to the bullpen, in my opinion, maybe a little bit too early. When I think about it, the lefty Takahashi was at 90 pitches. Probably, the way things were going, only allowing the 3 hits and 2 walks, had at least another inning left in him. And so my Japanese standards, that is still a ways to go. There's a fastball swung on and fouled off the mask of the catcher Nakamura, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So Sugimoto gets himself dug in, and he's waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Ishiyama, who holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is going to remain at 1-2. Looked like they wanted to crawl the ladder on that one with a high fastball. They did get it up, but not enough in the zone. Probably a little bit too much in the range there for the hitter Sugimoto to be able to make good contact on it. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Sugimoto waiting here on the offering from the righty Ishiyama, who holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. That was of the split finger variety. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Orix faithful trying to get their home team excited and trying to get them back into this one. So Sugimoto waggling the bat. And here he comes waiting on the offering from the righty Ishiyama, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Sugimoto goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. And he is retired for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Tori Fushimi. Well, for Fushimi, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He had a single his last time up. He is 2 for 8 on this series. He also struck out in the ball game here tonight. So the runner at first is Nakagawa. There is 1 gone. As Fushimi here waiting on the offering from the righty Ishiyama, and he waves at a breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Pitch looked like it may have been outside of the zone. He's asking the home plate umpire, but I think it was too close regardless. He just waved at that one. So no balls and 1 strike. Waiting on deck is Kitaro Kobayashi. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. The first pitch he waved at. This one here, he swung right through. So in the hole at 0-2 is Fushimi. To see how they're going to try to set him up. Maybe go fastball upstairs and change the eye level and then come back with a breaking ball down, I would think. Or maybe fastball away or fastball somewhere. That's what I'm guessing. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. And they're setting him up outside. And the pitch is a fastball, and it catches the outside corner for a called 3rd strike. Oh, I don't think he was expecting that. But you got to be prepared. You got to always look away on the pitch. And they cut the outside corner, and Fushimi stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that one go by for out number 2. And that is going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Kitaro Kobayashi. Oh boy, uncompetitive at bat for Fushimi. Well, Kobayashi steps to the plate. He is officially 0 for 2 tonight. He is 4 for 10 in the series. Actually, check that. He's 4 for 11 in the series. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. The runner at first is Nakagawa. He led off the inning with a single. That is the second time in 3 innings that the Actually, check that the third time in 4 innings that the Buffaloes have led off the inning with a single and weren't able to do anything with it. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. It is the top of the order, Shuhei Fukuda, who is waiting on deck. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kobayashi. As the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher Nakamura, Ishiyama ready to deliver again. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding second and holding at second is the base runner Nakagawa, and that's going to put runners at first and second, and that'll bring up the top of the order. And Shuhei Fukuda, well, they've been in this situation before, have the Buffaloes, where they've had a couple of runners on base. We had this back in the 4th inning. And then back-to-back strikeouts of Nakagawa and Sugimoto ended the inning. And so they're in this situation with runners at third, and they couldn't cash them in. So they've got runners here in scoring position, or a runner in scoring position. They just need to get themselves a clutch hit to try to extend the inning. So Fukuda here is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out looking and swinging. He has also walked. So 0 for 7 in the Japan series. And the right-hander Ishiyama delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Fukuda. So no balls and 1 strike. The crowd is in good form today, as they are waiting here on the offering from the righty Ishiyama, who holds at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Crowd is cheering their Buffaloes on. It is 2 gone here in the 7th inning. They're going to try to scratch a run out here. Down by 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Starting to run out of outs and run out of time. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the righty checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. That was the split finger pitch. It was up in the zone. And the batter had swung right through that one. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ryo Adachi is waiting on deck. Should Fukuda be able to extend the inning? It is 1-2 to the hitter here with 2 gone. And here comes the offering from the righty Ishiyama, who holds at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're on the East Coast of the United States and Canada, we welcome you. It is morning baseball now for those folks there. It is still in the middle, say the latter part of the night, 5:18 in the morning on the Pacific Coast. So if you're hanging in here with us, we're glad you could be here. We'll be back again tomorrow night for these same 2 teams. Here comes the 1-2 offering as the righty holds set. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Fukuda stood there again like the house by the side of the road. He now has 3 strikeouts in the ball game. And that is the 2nd time he's gone down looking here tonight, and that's going to end the 7th inning. Well, the Buffaloes waste a couple of base runners and a couple of hits. No runs in the inning on 2 hits, no errors. And 2 more runners left aboard. They have left 7 aboard through their 7 innings. Difference is they haven't cashed any runs in. We're moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 4 and the Orix Buffaloes nothing. We'll be right back in just a few minutes after this. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the 8th inning where we're going to see the 6, 7, and 8 hitters come to bat for the Swallows. It'll be the catcher, Yuhei Nakamura, the designated hitter, Domingo Santana, and the left fielder, Nori Aoki, scheduled to come to bat. And we're going to get to see if they are going to make another pitching change or if the Buffaloes are going to stay at it here with Takeyasu. There was a couple of defensive changes in the last half inning. As it looks like, as we take a look here, I'm going to look to see where the issue is. It was Nori Aoki had come in. We do have a pitching change, and we'll get you that in a second. As it is going to be number 20 in the ballgame. This is going to be Kondo, the pitcher in now. This is Daisuke Kondo. And the first pitch is a breaking ball. I'll take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Nakamura. So Daisuke Kondo in. On in relief, the fourth pitcher used tonight. There's a fastball. Take it for a called strike. The count is now no balls and 2 strikes. So Daisuke Kondo in. And Takeyasu is out. So no balls and 2 strikes to Nakamura. As Kondo has come in throwing strikes. And here's the 0-2 pitch. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Nakamura is overpowered and overmatched. He's gone for out number 1, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Domingo Santana. Just trying to get a look and a gauge at the pitchers here in this one. The pitchers, but also the substitutions. Have Kaz Mariyama, the Swallows in right field. Maybe it was Ariyama, not Aoki. You'd come in. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed by Santana. The count is quickly 0-1. Because it'll be Kaz Mariyama who waits his turn on deck. And here comes the 0-1 pitch as he delivers does Kondo, and it's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count's 1-1. So Mariyama on deck waiting here. We have a couple of other changes. I'm just taking a look to see if there's anything else. Looks like it's the only one right now for the Swallows. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2 on Santana. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work as Kondo holds set. Now he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball, swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts here by Kondo in the 8th inning. That is going to bring up the left fielder Kaz Murayama. So Kondo wasting very little time. Murayama 1 for 1 tonight. And he has come around and scored a run. It was the 4th run of the ball game. Had it down as Nori Aoki in the ball game, but it wasn't Aoki. It was Murayama who had come in. He also has a stolen base in this one as well. And here comes the first pitch from Kondo. It's a fastball, swung on it, is lined up the middle, off the glove of the diving second baseman, Adachi, and it is going to trickle into center field for a base hit. That is going to be a single. As it got off the glove of the second baseman. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Hideki Nagioka. What a great effort there by Adachi. As he dove to his right, he was unable to make the grab as it just had trickled off of his glove. He was fully extended. If he would have made that play, it would have been an absolute highlight reel web gem. But they are just going to hold Murayama to a single, his second hit of the game. That brings up the shortstop, Nagioka. And here's the first pitch to Nagioka. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner at 94 miles an hour for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Nagioka 0 for 3 tonight, 1 for 11 on the series. As the right-hander holds in the set position, and now he's ready to deliver. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball, swung on, and it's pop foul behind home plate. The count goes even to 1-1 on Nagioka. The runner, Murayama, was on the move. He already has a stolen base in this one, and he was looking to add another one to his tally. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. We're in the deep water as we're here in the top of the 8th inning. There's 2 Swallows out, and the runner at first is Murayama. There's a fastball swung on it, just popped up behind home plate. Fushimi drifting back on it, but it's going to drift into the seats. It's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. So Murayama again was on the move on that pitch. You got to keep an eye on this base runner here as he's trying to get himself into scoring position. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the pitcher works to the set position, does Kondo. And now he kicks and delivers. The runner's on the move. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into left field. Moving over is Yoshida. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it as Nagioka is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, there hasn't been a 1-2-3 inning here in a bit. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left the board. That is 8 runners now left on in 8 innings by the Swallows. We are now through 7.5. It is a 4-0 Yakult lead. We'll be back here for the call of the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. All the action will be set to return in just a few minutes. We'll be right back in just a couple, everybody. Here's a little bit of bluegrass music to get you woken up at this time of the morning. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 8th inning in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. There is going to be a pitching change here. It is going to be Shimizu coming into the ball game as he is coming on in relief for the Swallows. He worked 50 ball games during the regular year, or the regular season. He had a 5-4 record. He worked 46 2/3 innings, 23 hits. He'd walked 14 and struck out 43. And he had himself an ERA of 1.16. So Shimizu on in relief as he is slated to face Adachi, Yoshida, and Tongu. Looks like we have a pinch hitter coming up for Adachi. And the first pitch is swung on. It is grounded on one hop to the shortstop, who fires to first, and that is going to retire the pinch hitter Oda. With one pitch, there is one away on a ground out 6-3. And that is going to bring up the left fielder Masataka Yoshida. Can barely get Shimizu up to everybody here, and the next thing you know is Oda was at the plate, and he grounds out for the first out of the inning, bringing up Yoshida. I have a feeling that it's probably going to be Nishino that will come in to replace Adachi, but we'll have to wait on that one in the next half inning. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Yoshida. Yoshida tonight 1 for 3 at the plate. He's 2 for 9 in the series. As we mentioned before, he's also got 5 walks so far. The first 2 games of the series. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Best way I can describe the Buffalo's offense is anemic as compared to that of the Swallows. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. It is the power of the Swallows. 5 home runs in the first 3 games of the series has been the difference. And on top of that, you have the Buffaloes, whose pitching's been pretty good. It's just not been as good as their counterparts. That is the difference right now. And there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2 to Yoshida. 5 outs to go here in this one for the Swallows, and they'll have a 2-0 lead in the series. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Masataka Yoshida as he waits here on the offering from the right-hander Shimizu, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field, and racing in and sliding and making the catch. There's Murayama, who has moved over into right field. A beautiful play by the right fielder. He came racing into the gap, into the right center field gap. And he slides and makes the grab, and that's going to put away Yoshida for out number 2. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. Well, for Tongu in this one, he is 0 for 3 tonight. He's bounced into the fielder's choice. He's grounded to third, and he has struck out. And the first pitch delivered to Tongu is a breaking ball that swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Buffaloes have 4 outs left to go. And one would have to think you're going to see Scott McGuff in the 9th inning. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Tongu. So 5 of the last 6 hitters have been retired by the Swallows pitching. So the righty holds at the belt, and Shimizu ready to offer again. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and Tongu stays alive with the count at 0-2. It is 33,098 spectators at the Kyocera Dome tonight. One would have to think that's as close to a full capacity as you can get. I know the Swallows, or I think it was the Bay Stars, kept setting new home records for attendance in that series against the Hanshin Tigers. There's a breaking ball that misses down in the dirt. The count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Our friend Steve Rademacher in the house tonight. Popping in for the late innings, maybe heroics for the Buffaloes. And if not, that's the way she goes. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. Swallows fans are looking to ride this one home. Don't forget to bookmark the channel for tomorrow night if you're interested in coming back. If you're new to the channel or you're new to us. So hopefully you can be here with us. There's a fastball swung on it as popped foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. It's going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tongu. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-handed hitter, Tongu waits on the plate. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is Shiomi, and that is going to do it here in the 8th inning for the Buffaloes. They go quietly and they go in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 8 complete at the Kyocera Dome in Osaka. Your score is the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 4 and the Orix Buffaloes no score. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. We'll be back here in just a few with the call at the top of the 9th inning. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 9th inning, and we're just waiting to see. And it is exactly that. We do have a pitching change as the Orix Buffaloes again are going to the bullpen. And it is going to be the right-hander Hitomi Honda who is coming on in relief. Honda worked 42 ball games this year, all in relief. 23-year-old was 2-3. He had himself a couple of saves. He worked 43 2/3 innings. He allowed 39 hits, 16 walks, 40 strikeouts. He had an ERA of 3.50. So Honda on in relief. It's going to be the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Buffaloes as he is taking over here in the 9th inning. So he's going to try to keep this one in check as he will be used here as pitcher number 5. Honda is going to be facing the top of the order, and the first pitch delivered to Tetsuya Yamada is a fastball taken for a called strike at 95 miles an hour. So no balls and 1 strike. The big blow of the ball game came off the bat of Tetsuya Yamada back in the 5th inning. A 3-run shot that put the Swallows out in front. As there's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Yamada has had himself a good ball game here tonight. He's been on base the last 3 times. He's got a single, homer, and a walk after starting the series 0 for 10. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third. Mune makes a play off of one knee. He throws to first. That's going to retire Yamada on a ground out 5-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Takeshi Miyamoto. Well, Miyamoto was in right field. I'm going to have to do just a double check. I don't know if he's still in the ball game. It is Yamazaki who is now in for him. So Yamazaki is now going to be the hitter here. So Yamazaki batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Honda, who delivers a breaking ball that misses up and away. This is Kotaro Yamazaki. Saki on the season, he batted .258. Got himself a couple of homers and 37 runs batted in. He runs a little bit. He had 10 stolen bases, so he is in the ball game. So Kotaro Yamazaki in for Miyamoto. And he pitches a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes even to 1-1. This is his first plate appearance in this ball game. And so here comes the 1-1 offering as the righty holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball. It catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 1-2 to Yamazaki. As they pan the crowd, there's a little baby in the seats. I don't know if I'd want to have, with all that noise going on, I wonder if I'd maybe want to put some headset on him or something. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander holds at the belt, as Honda now ready to deliver. And he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-2. Center fielder Yasutaka Shiomi waits his turn on deck. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Yamazaki. The right-hander Honda holds set. And now he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on, and it's knife foul down the left field line. That's going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're into the deep water now. It is the top of the 9th inning. The Swallows are holding on to a 4-0 lead against the Buffaloes here. The Buffaloes have their final bats coming up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. In just a few moments, once the Swallows are done here, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains full to Yamazaki. This is going to be pitch number 8 coming up to Yamazaki. He is battling the right-hander Honda here. So now the right-hander gets his sign as Honda holds set. He works to the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined into center field, and this one's going to get down for a base hit in front of Fukuda. It's a single for Yamazaki. A good battle against the right-hander Honda. It was an 8-pitch at bat, and he finally wins it with a single to center field, and that will bring up the center fielder Yasutaka Shiomi. One thing we haven't seen in this game has been a double play tonight. It was close. The Swallows almost turned one from Murakami at third. Really haven't seen anything that would be potential for a double play. So here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that comes up and in, and it is hit Shiomi. That's going to put runners at first and second. We've seen this one before. That's the second time tonight he's been hit by the pitch. And that is going to bring up Munetaka Murakami to the plate with the runners at first and second. So they bring up the Central League home run leader. As he came up before with the bases loaded, he drew himself a walk to extend the lead to 4-0. And now he comes up to bat with runners at first and second. Well, you're eventually going to have to pitch to him at some point. So whether you lose the game 4-0 or 7-0, who knows? But Murakami's going to step in here with runners at first and second, and only one gone. Honda is not sharp, as he had clunked the hitter here. 5 balls and 7 strikes from the right-hander here today, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the right field line. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble, and it is just going to hook foul, just past the foul pole. Oh, Murakami, he wanted to turn this one around in a hurry, and he almost did. But that's going to go down as a long strike. That pitch was on the middle inside part of the plate, and he absolutely turned that one. It probably wasn't going to go up for a home run. It was just, as we get the replay, it had landed foul, but not by very much, as it just short hopped the wall in right field. So no balls and 1 strike to the slugger for the Yakult Swallows. As the right-hander holds set at the chest, he checks the runner and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Murakami. So the right-hander holds at the chest. He checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball, swung on and missed. A 96-mile-an-hour heater from Honda, as he spun that one right by the bat of Murakami. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher Fushimi, who flashes the signals, setting him up. Looks like they're going middle, but now they've moved to the outside. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into the right center field gap. It's going to get down for a base hit. 1 runner is going to score. And that ball on the relay trickles away from the second baseman, and that's going to get a second run in. And moving into third is going to be the batter, Murakami, and he's got himself another couple of more runs batted in. We're going to have to see how they score it. I think, as far as I'm concerned, it's a double, but the error might move on the throw, might move him into third. That's how I would score it. But he's got to get himself a couple of RBIs. There is our friend there. He says Murakami absolutely does the job again, knocking in a pair of runs, and it increases the score line to now 6-0 for the Swallows here in the 9th inning. So the big fella has been producing tonight. As we said, we'll get an official scoring on that one to see if they're going to rule out a double or a triple. I think it's a double, and there's a ball that's in the dirt, and it squirts by Fushimi. It's going to be ball 1 to Osuna. So 1 ball and no strikes. And one would have to think that that's just enough to put this one out of reach. They do give him the RBI. It's going to be a double. And I don't know if that's going to be an error at all charged. It doesn't seem to be an error. So Murakami gets a double and 2 RBIs. This gives him 3 on the evening. So here comes the 1-0 offering to Osuna. It's a fastball swung on. This ball's lined up the middle for a base hit. And Murakami is going to come around to score. That's going to be the 3rd run of the inning. It's a 7-0 Swallows lead here in the 9th inning. An RBI single by Osuna has knocked in the 7th run of the game. That'll bring up the catcher, Yuhei Nakamura. A nice swing there by Osuna. The hot-hitting Osuna continues his assault on Buffalo's pitching. He is now 8 for 13 in the series. He's 2 for 4 tonight and a walk. Unbelievable. He has definitely shown up to play, that is for sure. So the infield has come in to give Honda the proverbial pat on the back. Honda's going to find a way to get himself out of this inning. 18 pitches already for the Buffalo's right-hander. Somebody's going to have to take the bullet, and it looks like it is going to be Honda here is he's probably going to be left out. They don't want to burn up any more pitching. They're not holding Osuna at first. They've tucked in behind him. And here's the first pitch to Nakamura. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. This ball game, probably for all intents and purposes, is now out of reach. 7-0 for the Swallows. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the righty delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike it is. So Honda ready to go again. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a fastball swung on. Grounded to second. They go over to second for 1. Back to first. There's the first double play of the night. It's going to be of the 4-6-3 variety as Nakamura has grounded into it. And that is going to do it here for the Swallows in their half of the inning. But there's been damage done and lots of it. 3 runs in the inning. The big blow, a 2-run RBI double by Murakami. So 3 runs on 3 hits. Right now we got no errors, and there was no runners left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is a 7-0 scoreline for the Swallows over the Buffaloes. Stick around, everybody. They're going to bring it home in this one. We'll see what kind of relievers they got bringing in for this one here tonight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a left-hander. It's going to be Takuma Kubo coming into the ball game, as he is going to be the next pitcher used by the Swallows. This is pitcher number 4. So the lefty coming in. Normally we would see McGuff, you would think, but there is no way that he's going to come into the ball game tonight because there's now a 7-run lead. Something disastrous would have to happen. The big 3 runs in the top of the 9th has been the difference. It's going to be Yumamune, Kai Nakagawa, and Yataro Sugimoto scheduled to come to bat for the Buffaloes here in the 9th inning. They're down to their final outs. They squandered some opportunities to the Buffaloes early on in this ball game, in my opinion. First inning, they had Fukuda all the way over to third, and they couldn't bring him home. But it got the momentum going. There's a fastball that misses to Mune for ball 1. The count's 1-0. They also had chance with runners at second and third when Mune had doubled, sending Tongu to third with only 1 out. And then Nakagawa and Sugimoto had struck out back in the 4th inning. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. So if I would offer my opinion on this, those were chances where they could get the momentum, put a run on the board, or maybe 2. They failed to deliver, did the Buffaloes bats. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-2. I had to make an assessment about the Buffaloes. I think that they're 1 or 2 more bats away from being able to do some more damage. My friend Steve Rademacher says, go Swallows. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined on 1 hop to the shortstop, and that is fielded neatly by Nagioka, who throws to first. And Mune is retired on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. 1 up and 1 away. Let's bring the right fielder Kai Nakagawa to the plate. For Nakagawa, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He is 4 for 14 on the series. But are they going to face him or not? I don't know. As we may have ourselves a pitching change here. Let's see what's going to happen here. Ito has come out to the mound, and they've taken the ball away from the lefty Kubo. As his night is done, he faced the only batter that he had to face, and he retired him. That is going to be a pitching change. We're going to see Nakagawa facing a new arm, and we've got a new pitcher coming in for the Swallows just like that. You can't always see the bullpens because they're underneath. But this is going to be number 70 coming into the ball game. This is going to be, looks like Ozawa is into the ball game, or is it Kozawa? I don't know why they've got Kozawa on the jersey. But this is, that's what it is. It is Reiji Kozawa. This is going to be his 11th appearance. Well, 10 appearances in the regular season. He's got a 2-1 record. He pitched 46 innings. He had allowed 48 hits, 17 walks. He struck out 44, and he had an ERA of 4.11. So Reiji Kozawa on in relief. This is going to be pitcher number 5 used now by the Swallows. Zawa in to complete his warm-up tosses, so he'll get Nakagawa and Sugimoto with 1 gone here. And we'll take a little timeout, and we'll come back in just a half a second as he completes his warm-up tosses.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports, another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their pitcher, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Welcome back, everybody. With 1 out, the first pitch delivered from Kozawa is a fastball lined into left field for a base hit. And Nakagawa is aboard with a 1-out single. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Yataro Sugimoto. My friend Steve Rademacher, I figured I'd try to squeak one in there for you, Steve, if he's still listening there. And he is a strong supporter of what we do over here. We're always pleased to have him in the chat in the channel. So there is the runner at first base, and Sugimoto stepping to the plate. He is definitely a double play candidate, is the big fella. So he steps to the dish. He is officially 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out twice and has walked. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Sugimoto. Right-hander Kozawa in on relief. He was greeted by the pace hit from Nakagawa with that line shot single into left field. Here comes the 1-0 now to Sugimoto. As he kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now 2-0. Tori Fushimi is slated to be on deck here, as we'll see what happens next. And as that happens, we lose our A feed, and there is a ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Sugimoto. We've been pretty good with our feeds tonight. We haven't really lost anything. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Sugimoto. And a couple of struggles in the year where we had a couple of nights where we missed stuff. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into center field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles here for the Buffaloes. Have got runners at first and second with one away. And it's supposed to be the catcher, Tori Fushimi, coming to the plate. So the Buffaloes are trying to break the deadlock here as Kozawa not really doing his job. He was brought in to face the right-handers, and he's given up back-to-back base hits to Nakagawa and his Sugimoto. The game that will not end. So it looks like some of the crowd is starting to thin out a little bit. In Osaka, the Buffaloes faithful, not as faithful as we think. So the runners are at first and second. And it looks like we do have a pinch hitter at the plate. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I'll have to get you the specs on this. This is the hitter for the Buffaloes. This is Nishino. As Nishino is waiting here, this is Hiro Nishino. From the left side against the right-handed throwing Kozawa. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and then the count goes to 1-1. Nishino had appeared in 43 games this year. He hit .289. He had no homers and 8 RBIs. That's the Hiro Nishino into the ball game. 32-year-old getting an opportunity to pinch hit here. So here comes the 1-1 offering as the kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses way outside. The count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Kozawa has struggled. So far, he's allowed back-to-back singles, and he's fallen behind here to the pinch hitter Nishino. Left field line racing over, but that ball's going to get down, and it's going to be a hit. 1 run is going to come in to score. Sugimoto is staying at second base. Boy, the left fielder out there, Yamazaki, had made that one a adventure, and that is going to be a base hit and an RBI for Nishino. Stopping at second is Sugimoto. And that is going to bring up, or is scheduled to bring up, Kentaro Kobayashi to the plate, and the score line is now 7-1. So 7-1 is the score as the Buffaloes still are facing an uphill climb of a 6-run deficit. Ball was sliced off the end of the bat. Just had to watch that one there. It got down and almost got over the head of the outfielder. He took it on a really strange hop. So runners at first and second here with 1 gone. And the Buffaloes are not dead yet. So the right-hander Kozawa gets the sign from his catcher, and he holds set. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on it, is hit into deep center field, moving back on the warning track and making the catch against the wall is the center fielder Shiomi. What a play by him. He went right to the deepest part of the ballpark. Kobayashi sent it a country mile. And that is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order, or scheduled to bring up Shuhei Fukuda. It was a split-finger pitch fastball that hung up in the zone. Kobayashi really swinging the bat well here. Not known for his power or for his contact. But now that is going to be out number 2. That is going to leave it all up to the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda. And here comes the first offering to Fukuda. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Fukuda tonight, tough night at the office, officially 0 for 3. He has struck out all 3 times he's come to the plate. He's also walked. He's 0 for 8 in the Japan series. And here comes the 1-0 offering from the righty Kazawa, who delivers a fastball that's swung on and fouled away. And the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As a reminder, we will be back again tomorrow. Same 2 teams, same time for Game 4 of the series. The Buffaloes are trailing here 1-0 in the series. Of course, there was 1 game that ended in a tie. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly to second. Yamada fields it. He flips it to the shortstop covering at second base, and that is going to do it. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to retire the runner Nishino on a fielder's choice, 4-6 for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Buffaloes. They break the ice. They break the shutout. There was 1 run in the inning on 3 hits. There was no errors. And there was 2 runners left aboard. Your final score was the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 7 and the Orix Buffaloes 1. We'll be back to wrap it up in about 30 seconds. And then we'll call it a night. And we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. Once again, thanks everybody for being with us. We'll be back in 30 to wrap this one up for you. Welcome back, everybody. We'll give you a recap of this one here. The scoring in the ball game all got going in the 5th inning. It was a 3-run homer by Tetsudo Yamada to open the scoring in this one for the Swallows. Leadoff single by Yuhei Nakamura, followed by a single by Domingo Santana. And then after Patrick Kivlin flew out to left field, and Hideki Nagioka popped to the shortstop, Tetsudo Yamada deposited a 3-run homer into the left field stands to open the scoring 3-0. In the 7th inning, it was a single by Kaz Maruyama. And then with 1 out, he stole second base. And Tetsudo Yamada walked, put runners at first and second. Then it was Takeshi Miyamoto who grounded out to the first baseman to advance the runners to second and third. Yasutaka Shiomi was hit by a pitch. And then Munetaka Murakami walked with the bases loaded to bring home another run. That increased the scoreline to 4-0. Swallows again padded their lead in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out. A single by Kotaro Yamazaki. Then again, Shiomi was hit by a pitch. And then Munetaka Murakami had a 2-run RBI double to knock in 2 more runs. And then Jose Osuna knocked in Murakami, increased the scoreline to 7-0. In the bottom of the 9th inning, it was with 1 out. It was back-to-back-to-back singles as Nakagawa and Sugimoto had singled, and then it was a base hit by Nishino that brought home Nakagawa with an RBI single to break the ice and to give them a score of 7-1. And that was the way that this game was going to end. The win is going to go to the lefty Takahashi. The loss goes to Miyagi. And that is the way this one's going to end. And once again, everybody, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. Same time, same place, same channel. So hopefully you guys can bounce in to join us. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't been here before. And don't forget to give us that like if you don't mind. It really helps out the channel. Once again, everybody, it's been another Last Wraps Baseball video production. Your final score, the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 7, the Orix Buffaloes 1. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again in less than 24 hours.